Sánchez cocinado. Sánchez cocinado. Sánchez cocinado. Sánchez cocinado.
Peace and love. What's good, y'all? Peace and love, everybody. Drop a one if y'all can hear me. Hey man, let me give a shout out to the newest member, All Is Mine. All Is Mine, thank you for being a member of this channel. Let me also give a shout out to all of the new members of this channel, man. I appreciate y'all. Can't do it without y'all support. Appreciate that, man. Well, today we're gonna just do a call-in open panel. We ain't tying people down to any particular topic or nothing like that. So the call-in link is actually pinned, the Zoom link. And at any given time, anyone can call in and you can talk to me and say whatever. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. We don't have a set topic. Odell Harding, don't wait for nobody, brother. And understand something, Odell. Criticism ain't negativity. All right, Odell. Let me just school you on something, Odell. I welcome criticism. I actually like it more than just yes manning. So Odell, if you got something for me, bring it on up. You don't gotta wait on nobody, Odell, because guess what? Criticism ain't negativity. Now, what makes something negative is your spirit. Now, if you come up here with hate in your heart and you just trying to tear me down, then yeah, that's negative. But if you come up here with the energy like, look, Sanchez, I ain't up here trying to disrespect you. I'm not trying to tear you down. I'm just being honest, bro. You're wrong for this. Bro, I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. Hey, shout out to the brother Odell. Odell, you got a mic check for him? I just want to make sure you.
Yeah. Mic check, 1, 2.
Okay, you see how you came close to the mic like that? I think that may be better for you, but I don't know. But
Hold on.
speak from. Okay, you good. You good right there. You good right there. But Odell, let me say welcome. I just want to say criticism ain't negative. It's only negative if you coming out of hate and it's like, oh, I got Sanchez, I can embarrass it. That's the negative. But if you saying, no, brother, I just want to point out something that you might want to work on that I see. Ain't nothing wrong. That ain't negative. That's just a brother saying, hey, I ain't such a fan of Sanchez that I'm not gonna correct the brother when I see he's in error. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for that because I think I know where you're going to go. You're going to talk about me cutting people off. I'm all for it. I need to hear it. Go right ahead, brother.
You got like a predictive text or something, man.
I'm just trying. I'm
no,
trying.
but no, I was just going to say something.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, no, sometimes I ain't always going to get brought up so fast, but yeah. Sometimes I feel like you be chasing some of these little religious debates sometimes too much that kind of really don't be leading nowhere. Kind of like that side netta type stuff, and I just feel like we kind of passed that. You know, it's kind of more so 2010, some early Dr. Umar type stuff, and all that bickering, polite stuff. And I feel like there's a lot of more stuff we could keep pushing more with. You know, like talking more about Israel and having real conversations about that, and seeing where these so-called black Jews like Kanye, where they at right now, and are they speaking up, you know, about it in Iran, and where all the black Muslims too, that's, you know, support. So America, that's so Islam, is they finna really, really do some stepping by Islam or not? But I'm gonna let you talk.
You know what? I agree with you. I actually noticed that during the debate, I was like, man, this is number one, too easy for me. Number two, people don't respect these kind of debates when I do them because it's like Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul. It's like I'm realizing that I really can't do no more debates, Odell, unless I make it worth y'all while, because I'm really not debating anyone that's right. Y'all can be debating the people I'm debating. Like, the average person in this community is more woke than the people I'm debating. I'm just going to keep it real. And it makes it not even interesting because people who in this community, they in the chat room like, oh shit, I know what to say right here. Oh, this is an easy win. It's like, I feel what you just saying because I feel like there is a lot of shit going on in the world that I need to be attacking from all kind of angles. And every time you look around, it's psyops coming up, you know, and then we got Tartaria, we got free energy. It's just a lot of stuff. So I do agree with that. Let me say shout out to As Above, So Below. Yeah, I can't be mad at that. Definitely trying to prioritize the time with everything going on now.
Yeah, because we got a lot of black people that's claiming Hebrew Israelite, Israel, and then we got a lot of black people that's claimed Muslim and has been doing it for years, 100 years. And then now that we have both of those in the spotlight, where are black people at?
That's amazing.
With it, yeah.
That is, bro.
Where's Black America at with it?
That is amazing, man. Because no one bringing that up right there. Like, that is true. You have black folks, Hebrew Israelites. You got black people that's Muslims. These are the main two countries that's finna start us in World War III. And I will say this, the black Hebrew Israelites, they don't align themselves with Israel. The black Hebrew Israelites will align themselves with the black Muslims and the Quran before they align themselves with the white Jews.
Well, will they let that be known right now and say, because I feel like it's on the chopping block of America is really loving on Israel. And if Kanye, Kyrie, or any of them Hebrew Israelites, Kodak, come out and say anything that's any slight to Israel, they're going to get some real cancellation.
That's true.
It's going to be for a minute. If Nick Cannon ass better not say nothing either.
I think that the black Hebrew Israelites and the black Muslims are letting us down right now. And they've been letting us down. And the reason I say that is because black Hebrew Israelites' main argument is these people ain't the real Jews. We the real Jews, right? And these people got America going to war and it don't even benefit us. It's our kids going out there about to die. And it's like, where are the black Hebrew Israelites now? Because y'all been screaming, these ain't the real Jews. Now that we need y'all to be on their head, where y'all at? Because these people running the country. It's the United States of Israel. We need all the Hebrew Israelites coming together right now saying, yo, why the hell we going to war for these fake Jews? This the synagogue of Satan. It's time to condemn them now.
Where's Kanye at or Kyrie? Because Kyrie got a little career going out. He didn't bounce back from that 2021 stuff, and they made him apologize, do all their little rituals and stuff. So where are they at now? Are they still the real Jews, or is it just something they were saying because they was bored in the house during a pandemic and they just wanted to show some ass?
They know the truth and they right. Like, we are the real Jews, but the biblical description of us is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But we are, if you want to say, well, we are the chosen people. I wouldn't say of God. I would say we have, in my opinion, we were part of the most advanced societies when the enemy came. And we were like the gods. We had all the knowledge and stuff. So my thing is like, we were chosen basically to be targeted, to be enslaved. Now, I know people don't like that. They want to believe, well, we the chosen people of God. But even if you read the Bible, God's chosen people go through more than everybody else.
Because out of foolishness and, a whoring after other gods, get put in bondage and slavery for 20 years.
And I can agree with that. Like, I don't disagree with everything the Hebrews saying because I can see where they coming from. But see, they don't realize when they say we was worshiping other gods, that's what they're still doing. You know what I'm saying? We still ain't going back to our original joint. Now, I had a call-in show the other day, man. I was recapping the Sister Bethy debate. It got a little heated. That was a heated debate when I did it. is also heated when I reviewed it. And the disrespect, man. Like the brother who I was debating on Sister Betty channel, his name is Pan Mulattoism. I'll admit, I cut that brother off, you know, and I actually kicked him off the channel. I'll admit that. I don't feel bad about it, but a lot of my people don't like that I did that. But I disagree with my people on this one. I think I'm right on this one. And the reason I do is because I don't feel like I have to subject myself to disrespect just so y'all can have a good show. And to me, I think it's y'all who wrong for wanting me to do that, because you're not a content creator. It's easy for you to say, let him talk, and then you let the nigga talk. Yeah, Sanchez, you was the white man's property. Like, bro, that shit pisses me off. It infuriates me to be disrespected. I'm a man. I'm a human. So guess what? I don't cuss these people back out. I just turn their mic off and kick them off, man. You know what I ain't got in there. I see you coming up here to trigger me and all that. Boom, you ain't trying to, cause you have a good faith debate. And people, they say, Sanchez, you wrong, man. You should have let him talk. And maybe they right, maybe they wrong, but I'm gonna just say I do what I wanna do in those times. And at those times, I just don't wanna be disrespected, man. But salute to, yeah.
Yeah, how you doing, Sanchez? Peace and love to you, man.
Peace and love, bro.
Yeah, and I feel like they was just kind of missing your main point. You know, they wasn't just getting it, you know. You don't have to, you know, be behind these people and play grab ass with these people when they gonna do it anyway. You know, that was your main point of saying, you know, why even cheerlead, you know, give me an I, give me a C. You know what I mean? When they gonna do it anyway. You know what I mean? That was my whole thing too. I did watch that show, you know, and you had some valid points on that, and that was what's up. And another thing for me was you know, me like doing a little bit of research, and we gotta understand that, you know, most of these, and I hate to say Indians, because most of these indigenous people of America wasn't Indian, but you know, most of the foundational Black Americans and, you know, indigenous people, nations that was here, you know, we were intertwined with these Mexicans. You know, Mexicans were in Texas and California long before the colonizers even got here, you know. So for us to be cheering for these people to get out of here was kind of crazy to me. I understand why ICE is doing what they're doing, you know, people who don't have valid what you call it, valid citizenship or whatever. But you know, I think people still need to research more about our ancestors and just the history of this land, because we were already intertwined with these people, the same people that they're kicking out of here.
Yeah, I agree. And that's my thing, because it's like people will be like, well, they getting these immigrants out of here and we been wanting them out of here. And it's like, listen, bro, the first people that was on this land in the beginning was us and these immigrants. These folks who kicking the immigrants out, they just showed up making life harder for us and the immigrants. Now that they kicking the immigrants out, y'all celebrate, even if we benefit, right, some kind of way from them kicking the immigrants out, I think it make us look weak celebrating for it. You don't supposed to let that be known. You supposed to say, you know what, yo, that shit help us, but we ain't gonna let nobody know we happy about it. We gonna still go out there like, fuck the white man, because it looks silly.
That's right. Yeah, but peace and much love to you, man. I'm a stick in the back. I just want to say that I did watch a lot of your things, and I appreciate you a whole lot, Sanchez, for the knowledge and the information that you give out here, man. It's very inspirational and it's powerful. And a lot of people ain't gonna agree with you. A lot of people, you know, ain't that conscious and wise like you are. You just, you know, you got to take it how it is out here.
I most definitely, and I appreciate the love, my brother. Real talk, man. I appreciate all that, man. As far as this whole FBA shit go, man, it's like the whole immigrant thing. I look at it like this: America is a house. Black people and the so-called illegal immigrants, we were living in this house together fine. We were getting along fine in this house. Then the outsiders came and invaded the house, invaded because we didn't open the door for them. They kicked it down. And they squatted in the house among us, right? So now we got this new group in the house. Keep in mind, we was in the house getting along with these so-called illegal immigrants, and we didn't call them illegal immigrants. They were residents of the house. Let me say that again. Black people and the people that they kicking out saying that they illegal immigrants, us and those people were residents of this house before the white folks and Pilgrims showed up. Now listen, when the Pilgrim showed up, he said, listen, I gotta make the black folks and the Hispanic people fight each other. Otherwise, if I don't put these two original residents of the house against each other, then they're gonna always be looking at me like, what the fuck you doing in our house? And you didn't even knock on the door. You just kicked the damn door down and you squatting in here in our house. Now, us and these Latinos, Hispanics, and all these people, we been in this house getting along. This Pilgrim come in the house, and he said, look, in order for me to squat in this house, I got to make these two people fight. And as they fight, they both will look toward me like, ain't I'm right, Pilgrim? No, ain't he a piece of shit, Pilgrim? Even though the Pilgrim got us arguing with each other and he didn't even knock on the door. He kicked the bitch down and he's squatting. Not only is he squatting in the house that we was getting along in, he got us fighting in it. And the fighting that got so intense, the Pilgrim is telling the black folks, you want me to kick these motherfuckers out our house? And the black folks like, yeah, kick them out our house. And we like, wait a minute, our house, nigga, hold on, wait the fuck a minute. It was never your house. If anything, the people you trying to kick out got more rights to the house than you. Now imagine how silly we look in the house taking the Pilgrim side, saying, kick these people out. When the only reason we mad at them is because they taking our jobs. They taking away the little gifts that the Pilgrim giving us, even though he didn't knock on our door. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. We sound like some damn jealous slaves that's saying our slave master is giving these other slaves more than us. So we want our slave master to get these people off the plantation so we don't got to compete with these other slaves for jobs and handouts. They taking away our perks that massa give out instead of realizing massa is still the biggest threat to all of us. Like, I agree with that. I do think it's kind of crazy for us. I'm not saying we got to align with no tethers. But aligning with the enemy, though, against the tethers is just fucking just coward, silly shit. It ain't even street shit at all, bro. It's really against manhood, if you ask me. It looks like, man, we scared of them, but we ain't scared of you. Come on, let's fight, nigga. Bro, that's whole shit. So, you know, bro, you can't be scared of nobody as a man. And you can't be just picking your fights like that neither, bro. That's whole shit. That's right. That's whole shit. Ain't no way I got more beef than a damn immigrant taking my job than I do for than a enemy that hung my ancestors on trees. You think I'm gonna get cool with the man that tortured my blood, slayed them? Just so he can help me get back at the man that took my damn job. Man, y'all sound silly as hell, bro. And that's one thing about FBA that embarrasses us as men. Like, it looks hella weak. It looked like we looking for any reason to cop a plea with the real enemy. And it shows like, oh, niggas is really whole. They really scared like that. Like, oh, here go a reason we can get cool with the enemy. Hey, white man, we really love what you doing getting these immigrants out of here. I just want to let you know. And it ain't got nothing to do with the immigrants. You just happy that you can get cool with these people because you scared of them, man. That's right. You don't care nothing about the immigrants. It's just, ooh, this is our opportunity to cop a plea. That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think. You know, white man, we got some in common. We don't like them immigrants either. Yeah, let's make America great again, looking ass. Because I'm the type nigga that say, look, I don't dislike all immigrants. I only dislike the ones that's trying to undermine FBA. That's right. And guess what? When it comes to the immigrants I dislike, I don't dislike them more than I dislike the people that oppressed my ancestors and hung them on trees. I'm real with it. Yeah.
I got a question though. So, but my thing is, most of the percentage of the people that ICE are taking are of Latin America. Most of the people the immigrants that do come over here taking the jobs get visas, and these are people like the Chinamen, the Indians, you know, these type of people. So the people that ICE are taking, what jobs are they taking from us? That's my question.
They can't tell you that. No, nobody'll be able to tell you. That's why I said, when I saw FBA start to like lean toward anti-immigration and away from pro-reparations, I said, something not right here. Something's happening here with this. And I realized then, okay, I'm going to actually separate myself from this because FBA is a lineage. It's not a group. I don't got to be part of a group thing. And the whole thing is when you say, well, FBA is a lineage, it's not a group, right? Then how come if somebody go against ICE, y'all treat them bad? Niggas told me, oh, you can't be FBA if you don't support ICE. Well, wait a minute. I thought we wasn't a group, man. Can't some FBA be Christian? Some FBA can be Muslim. Some can be Republican. You can have FBA Democrat, but you can't have FBA that don't support ICE? Really? So that's all my thing. Like a lot of people is splitting FB up using ICE as the dividing factor. Like, well, if you don't support ICE, you ain't really FBA. And I'm like, if you do support ICE, you ain't really FBA. Because FBA was never an anti-immigration movement. It was a pro-reparations movement. It was what you're going to do for us versus what you're not going to do for them. And that's what it turned into. I don't give a damn what you didn't do for them. I care what you're going to do for me, is what I'm saying. And that's how they knocked us off focusing on tangibles, because you getting immigrants out of here is not tangibles. I can't touch that, sir. I can't touch that. That's not tangibles. That's something you doing for you. You see what I'm saying as above? Like, we fell for the okie doke.
Definitely. Facts.
Yeah, we fell for the okie doke for real, man. We need to be talking about this war that we over here fighting that is not benefiting us, man. But while that's going on, they got us, you know, bickering with illegal immigrants and stuff like that. I got something to show y'all. Check this out. Let me show something. You may have seen this. It's going viral. But I didn't watch it all. I'm going to check it out, though.
Israel is the reason for...
I'm smoking a fat blunt, too. And I'm not going to get on camera smoking this one, y'all. But I'll cam up in a minute, though. If y'all get the likes and shares up, man.
Israel is the reason for this war. America does not want to fight this war for Israel. Let's go. Come on, let's go. America does not want to send its sons and daughters to war for Israel. Your inability to name that shows your ineptness as leaders. This is wrong. And nobody wants to fight.
You say he got out yesterday. Did his hand really get broke?
Fight for Israel.
That's just too fucking much. Now, this what I'm saying, bro. You are allowed to speak in these meetings, y'all, right? You are allowed to speak. So my opinion, I'm thinking, if they would have just let this man say what he had to say, then he sit down and we keep the meeting going and everybody else can talk if they want to. Now, if he just yelling through the whole meeting and ain't gonna let no one else talk, then yeah, okay, let's escort him out. But I don't even think you had to be that violent. I think you can just come on, man, and just kind of, but maybe I'm wrong, but what I'm saying is they just came right off the back on hot, red hot, just for words and when he's allowed to speak. So they escalated it, in my opinion.
A reminder to all our Commandant, please stand up as a Marine.
Oh yeah, they actually weak as hell. But I'm gonna tell you something that y'all don't realize. These Marines ain't built the same. I'm telling you, even the females. Marines are really tough, man. Like if you can make it through the Marines training, you're tough. I ain't gonna lie, it ain't no easy training, y'all. You know, and it's a lot of physical fitness. So yeah, both of them struggling with him because the police academy, what they do in the police academy don't compare to what Marines do to work out. So yeah, and you know, they struggling like a motherfucker, both of them with this one Marine. And I'm telling you right now, Marines, when they get drunk in the club and they want to, and it be fights, yeah, Marines be winning these fights, man. But ain't nobody scared of them. But I'm just letting you know, these some strong motherfuckers.
Stand up for America.
Yeah, it's gonna take everybody to get a mad Marine up out of there now. And I ain't just, you know, sucking off the Marines. I'm just saying, them niggas is tough though.
Out. No one wants to fight for Israel.
Shout out to Loose Sapphire. Loose Sapphire went through Paris Island. We got some Simplify in the chat room now.
Israel.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Sir, thank you for your service.
The senator broke his hand. The senator broke his hand.
So now you know if they don't care about these Marines that's serving, they don't care about FBA or nobody, the veterans. Like I was telling y'all yesterday, a country that don't care about its veterans, if you think it care about you, it's acting, it's falling for it. Like you gotta care about the people that's on your front line. So that's my point of bringing that up, not to suck the military off of nothing, but to show you how you silly thinking they care. Shout out to Chill Will. I ain't even know that you were Simplify Chill Will.
He's a Marine. Somebody come help him.
Control your Senate committee.
Look at you guys. You're
And everybody on his side. Everybody on his side, y'all. That's what's up.
robots. You won't even look back. Look at you guys. You're like robots.
They are. Them motherfuckers are a hive mind. What's going on now is called groupthink. What happens is no one want to break the file. It's like the military. When she said, look at you, you're like robots. Yes, it's definitely just like robots. It's like if you were in that crowd, you would be like that too, because it's a lot of pressure. Everyone in the crowd basically got an unspoken thing like, listen, I'm not getting in that, right? And you don't want to be the one in the crowd to break the ranks and stand up and be part of the circus show. So it's like a lot of peer pressure. It's a lot of conforming. It's a lot of, well, let me just kind of blend into the crowd. And yeah, because everyone locked in right now. Like the collective is locked in like I'm not doing it either. Fuck that. Let me just keep my head straight, stay with the crowd, the group think. Right.
Oh my God, what is happening? And you're not even looking back. Any of you 4-star generals. Oh my God, what is...
Right, it's militant. They're not gonna break ranks. See, this how I knew when I was in the military that I was in a fucking fraternity, that it was a fucking cult. Because of stuff like that. And it ain't no one, people, they say, well, they get together and plan this in a lodge and all. No, it's just, it happens that way. Like you don't want to be the one that go outside of the squad, out the crowd. So it's a cult. Because you can be overseas and you can have a soldier violating innocent people. And if the rest of the squad turn a blind eye, just like a police saying a nigga get beat up in the alley and all his other crooked buddies is acting a certain way with it, he don't want to be the one act outside the crowd and go put the cape on. He may feel it in his heart that this is wrong, man, but he looking around him and all these other officers are cool with it and they got a certain demeanor and he don't want to have no different demeanor than that. So it ain't like, well, they taking them in the lodge and they doing all this crazy stuff. No, it ain't nothing like that. It's just that once you join this stuff, you never want to break ranks and do. Once you see your sergeant and everyone else doing something, you want to follow suit. Like it's a group think. No one got to coach you on this or nothing. It just feels weird me going against my squad. That's the attitude. You just automatically have that when you join this shit. It's just in the fucking, it's built in the shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like follow the lead, but it's never spoken. Once the sergeant do something and everyone else do it, you know off the back, you gonna do it too. Ain't no questioning. You don't even gotta know why you doing it. All I know is my flight doing this, so I'm doing it. That's the cult shit. I didn't think of it as a cult when I was in it. I just thought, hey, uniformity. But it ain't no uniformity. It's, hey, I can control all of y'all and not even tell you why the fuck you doing what you're doing. You just shut up and you do what Sarge do, the type shit. Like, that's what it is. And look how robotic they look.
And you're not even looking back. Any of you 4-star generals.
And I'm going to tell you right now, all it take is a couple of high-ranking members to look back, and then all of them will look back. Because now that's letting me know it's okay because Sarge did it. And this is how the military operate. This is how the police operate. This is damn near how the paramedics operate. It's like a unspoken word. You just follow suit. You know, if a high-ranking member right now look back, then everybody feel, okay, we can look back now. Because, you know, it's almost like, can we do it or not? Well, you know the cue if Sarge do it.
Oh my God, what is happening right now? Eyes front, robots. Shame. Oh my God, you guys.
Everybody sit down,
What did
please.
I just see? I'm getting out of here.
That's fine. Everybody sit down, please.
Notice is everyone in uniform acting like robots. That shit looks very weird. No, I ain't gonna lie. It looks robotic as hell. Yeah, they do look like NPCs. But they ain't though. I'm telling you, it's just militants.
Look at you guys. You're like robots. Oh my God, what is happening? And you're not even looking back. Any of you 4-star generals. Oh my
I want to see this lady face. She could have been a Marine.
God, what is happening right now?
She got heart.
Robots. Shame.
She condemning their ass.
Oh my God, you guys.
Everybody sit
What
down,
did
please.
I just see? I'm getting out of here.
That's fine. Everybody sit down, please.
Oh my God, what is
That's all.
happening?
Okay. No, it's not.
Oh my God.
What's good, brother Nasir? Jay Scaramella. What's good, everybody?
Stuck.
It's disgusting.
Oh my God, you guys.
Sir, does that hurt? Can you open it up a little bit just to like change the gap? Hey guys, clear the hallways.
Out.
Clear the hallways.
Out.
Clear the hallways, please. Clear the hallways, please.
Can you help him, please?
Yes, yes. Cover places going there. Please through the hallways.
Oh my God.
They're like, can you help this? Listen, man, that's a Marine. Marines bust beer bottles on their head and shit, man. I'm serious. Now, we heard the shit. And yeah, okay, yeah. I know some Marines that'll snap that shit back in place and drink some water and keep marching, nigga. Can you help him? I know some Marines that'll go let off a whole round drum right after some shit like that with the same hand.
What happened? His hand got totally smashed.
That Marine ain't even shed one tear. He taking that shit like a champ. Like, can you open up the door a little bit, man? Just, yeah, man, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Look, he taking that shit like a champ. Everybody, is he okay? Like, ma'am, you just don't know. I bust beer bottles on my head when motherfuckers make me mad.
Oh my gosh. Why are you here? Why are you getting arrested?
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli.
He ain't done. Look, he wanted to break another hand. From the halls of Montezuma, what the fuck? Yo, this is a Marine you don't want to fight with. Because he don't feel no pain. And that's the thing about Marines, man. I'm telling you, it's hard to win a fight against a Marine. If anything, ain't nobody gonna win. Them niggas don't feel shit, man.
Palestine will be free.
And what about this war in Iran?
Oh my God.
His arm.
Ah, fuck, my arm is fucking broke, bro.
What are you gonna do to him?
Oh
My
my
left
God.
arm is broke. I understand. Don't fight.
Oh my God.
They're like, what more can you do to him, man? If they shoot that nigga, he's still going, simplify from the halls of Montezuma. I'm telling you. God bless America.
Oh, you guys, come on.
I need you to move.
You need to stop.
Okay.
Brian, stop.
He's fighting for
He ain't
you,
done.
not for him.
My left arm is broke.
They broke his arm.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. It's totally broken.
Respond.
Oh man.
Please, can you get him some kind of medical attention?
Yes, we are.
Oh my God.
You are? It's great.
These women are so fucking dramatic.
Just let go of my arm before you sit down.
Y'all step back, please. Please push
Can you
back.
get
Keep
him
the
some
walkway
medical
open.
attention?
Who needs her?
Yeah, that Marine, listen, she want to go and tend to him. Let her just do the medical.
No, he broke his arm.
Okay. Would y'all just move aside then? That way people can still exit.
Josie, what happened?
We just witnessed a Marine veteran interrupting the hearing, and they broke his arm.
Why did he interrupt the hearing?
Because there is a war in Iran, and our military brothers and sisters are going to die for Israel, and we are here to say no, we do not.
Yes, I'm with him on that. Shout out to Farmer John, D. Allen Warren, Wisdom Thought, Von Hall. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. Excuse me. Yeah, man, I wanted to watch this joint, man. If anybody want to join, y'all can come on up, right? It's an open show, open panel. I don't know how long we going to keep it rolling. But we want to say appreciate y'all, though. Hey, yo, drop a 1 in the chat room if you drink matcha. You drink matcha, drop a 1. Let me see something real quick. If you drink matcha, drop a one real quick. Let me see something real quick. Because if you drink matcha, I want you to try mines. I sure do. It is ceremonial. Now look, I'm gonna be getting some regular matcha because ceremonial matcha is a little bit like more expensive because it's for ceremonies. But I will be making just a regular blend of this. Begin with my people. So, but yeah, if you drink matcha, go to my website. Go to brosanchez.com and go to the collection right here. And when you go to the collection right here, go to essentials. And then go to wellness and self-care and check out my very own matcha brand, Paca Mama. All right, so just wanted to share that with y'all. We got coffee scrub too if y'all want to check it out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hit the link, man. The call lines are open. Call lines. Miss Honeybee says she put honey in her matcha. For sure, there you go. Yeah, I want y'all to try mines out. Let me know what you think. Right? This is a brand new product, man. It's a brand new product. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. We just dropped the call-in link. And we got all kind of topics, man. Whatever's on y'all mind, we here for it. We do need Hebrew Israelites speaking out, man. Like, we need Hebrew Israelites speaking. Someone said, explain what that is. It's green tea. It's just green tea. And it's, in my opinion, it's a substitute for coffee. Like, I drink a lot of sodas and coffee. So the reason I'm shifting over to matcha is because it's healthier. And it's supposed to be more energy and all that. I've tried matcha before. Just by going like to different Starbucks, Dutch Brothers, you can buy matcha. But now I'm gonna be making it at home regularly and incorporating it into my diet. Cause I was a coffee man. But I think, my opinion, matcha is better. So that's why I'm making a shift to the green stuff. Yeah, it's just basically just green tea to the brother who want to know. It's the same plant that you make the green tea with, but it's like it's different than green tea because to me you treat it more like a coffee than a tea, but it's just basically green tea. Treat it like coffee. And that's just my definition. But ours is made from shade-grown camellia. That is tea leaves that's grown in the shade. And, apparently that's supposed to make it better. It's stone ground to a silky powder. And this is perfect for daily rituals or mindful moments. One thing about matcha, it's like what you call it, the N-word. It's a neural booster, basically. Nootropics, I think is what they call it. But yeah, it does give you focus and all that. Shout out to Faith. Thank you for joining. Faith, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. Got off work a little bit early today.
That's what's up.
I do have a question though.
Uh-huh.
So if you could explain a little bit about the ethnogenesis. Is ethnogenesis a fact or a theory? Because who else has went through it besides us, supposedly?
Yes, so ethnogenesis is them, you know what it is. You're asking me basically where I stand on it, Faith? Just be
Yes,
clear.
and if anybody else has went through it, because I've been recently listening to Tariq Nasheed, and I do agree with almost everything he says until he get to the ethnogenesis,
Right.
because I'm not quite understanding where he's coming from with that. And I listen to you like 100% of the time, and it just make more sense. If we've been from here, there's no way that we could have went through any of that.
That's
And
right.
if we did, then how come the Mexicans and Canadians, that
They,
invisible line shouldn't take that away from anybody? So
yeah.
how is it that I'm just trying to understand it all?
Well, the thing about it is, the tethers will say, we created y'all's culture. And we will defend it and say, no, FBA is exclusive. That's what Tariq will do. Then he'll turn around and say, we became exclusive through ethnogenesis, which is, in my opinion, you're turning right back around and giving them your culture. Because you're saying we are mutated Africans versus we are original group that's been distinct. Because think about this, Faith. When you go to Africa, ain't no ethnogenesis, even though slavery happened on the African continent first. And slavery been happening in Africa longer than anywhere else. It started in Africa, and Africans been more enslaved than anyone else. We've been enslaved 400 years, but they invaded, according to their history, they was invading Africa way before they invaded America. But check this out, right? The Africans that they invaded didn't go through ethnogenesis as a result of slavery. What we read is that when the colonizer get to Africa, the Africans were already practicing tribalism. So what they're saying is ethnogenesis with black folks is just us practicing tribalism. The question would be, how long have we been practicing it? Because that will allow us to say, hey, we've been a distinct tribe just as long as the Dogon, the Bushmen, or anyone else. Because if you had the Dogon tribe, the Bushman tribe in Africa prior to the slave master coming, and then he's been there for thousands of years and they still maintaining their identity as the Dogon, the Bushman, how did we lose ours? Maybe. So the thing is, we've been the same people. We never lost our identity, right? We've just, the thing is, we haven't been told that everything we doing now as a people, we've been doing this, and it's always been who we was as a tribe.
Okay.
Because people want to say, well, what you doing now is a result of other tribes influencing you. The reason y'all play the drum like that is because of Africa. But that can't be true, because when you look at hip hop, our drum rhythm is on a 2 and a 4. When you go to Africa, they don't even have their stuff on a set beat. It's like, ours is boom, boom, boom. You can't, if we were the same, Africans wouldn't come over here and what they said, we're guests in hip hop. Or think about this, right? If you have a person in their homeland, let's say, and they're into reggae music, let's say they're Jamaican, and that's what they're doing, Jamaican stuff, boom, they're in their land practicing their culture, good stuff, right? Then they come to America and they say, I want to buy some Tim boots, I want to rock my hat over my eyes like Jay-Z, sag my pants, I want to be into like black culture, right? Well, let's flip that around. Let's say a black person go to Jamaica, they put a dreadlock wig on, right? They start, hey man, and wouldn't it look like mocking those people? people would say, bro, you stop. You can visit here, but you don't have to cosplay as one of us. Now, the thing would be, if we were the same, then why don't you still practice hip hop in your own land? So why can't I go to like your homeland and see, black culture being practiced prevalent there, if it come from there?
Well, yeah, I meant like as far as the ethnogenesis, how come everybody isn't considered have went through that also?
Nah, that is like it's only exclusive for us. I'm with you.
Well, so they managed to supposedly take us from Africa. We were the Egyptians. We were the original first people. They managed to gather all that one specific special people, and bring them over to America. I don't know. It doesn't make sense
It doesn't.
for us to only one to have that title. That's why I was asking, is there anybody else that have went through ethnogenesis? Is it an actual fact or is it a theory?
It's more of it's definitely not a fact, it's a theory. It's what it is. It's an explanation to explain why a group of people are the way they are today. But the people who given the explanation, they wasn't around to see the transformation take place, so they can't be factual. It's like evolution. It's like people saying, look, humans look the way they are today because we evolved from chimps. But the people who making that claim weren't here to see the chimp turn into a human. So that's why evolution is just a theory, because the amount of time it take you to see this stuff, witness it, is hundreds of thousands of years. That's kind of a cop-out.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you.
Mm-hmm. For sure. That's a good question, though. Like, that's one thing about FBA. I'm going to tell y'all the truth, man. I'm going to tell y'all the truth, and it's going to get me in trouble. I think FBA is not grassroots, man. And it's because the ethnogenesis thing and the anti-immigration. It started off as pro-reparations and delineation, which is still delineating, but to hold on to ethnogenesis to me is like, you're saying, well, we came from Africa and turned into black people, but you still got all these Africans who Tariq is calling tethers, who he mentioned several times. He know, they will tell you, you niggas did not come from Africa. He's heard the videos. If you've been following the FBA and all this stuff, people have put up some of the worst videos of Africans talking about blacks. We've seen the stuff. It's divisive, right? But the thing is this. There are several videos of Africans telling you, them Negroes did not come from us. So just like you got black folks saying, we didn't come from Africa, and some of them saying we did, even Africans are saying, yes, they did come from us, and some Africans saying, no, they didn't. Why would everyone be divided on that? And
Well,
yeah.
It's other people around the world that are actually saying the same thing, that we did not come from Africa, that this is our homeland.
Yeah.
So everybody can't be right, and of course everybody can be wrong at the same time. It's just not proven that we're from Africa. It's just not.
Mm-hmm. You know, here go the number one reason. And the thing is, it ain't if we're right, it's only if they're wrong. Because no one ever made a claim as to where all humans on Earth come from until Darwin, the Freemason, came. And that's why the out of Africa theory is so pushed and it's so popular. Because They want everyone to be immigrants, y'all. It's to demote your status in your land because you don't have the right to claim indigenous or the original one on the land. It demotes you on a social political level. It just does, man. And when you have a foreign government establishing itself on native land, it has to go through the original people of the land. And over time, if it can convince the future generations of those people that they ain't even from that land, you're a damn immigrant, then they've gotten around the only thing that will give you any authority on the land, which is prove you were originally here before me. Because these pilgrims are using squatters' law. They know that they didn't build nothing here. They came here empty-handed, and this shit was already built up with statues and monuments everywhere. They weren't even working with stone. They was lumberjacks, cutting trees down, dealing with wood, and they was boiling big pots of grits in a forest with their primitive barbaric butts. We was stone walking and had living in Victorian settings. When they showed up, they don't talk about that. That's another thing with FBA. When they got everybody thinking that we were jungle dwellers, barefoot, until the pilgrims came. When it's the opposite. Like, they were primitive, we were more advanced. You know, so the thing is, when they first got here, our chiefs, our elders, our oracles of the land had more power than them. They only had power in their colonies that they set up. You see what I'm saying? And we weren't part of their colonies. So once we start to integrate and become a merge with them and become part of their shit, right? They started to rewrite history over future generations, saying that y'all come from Africa, versus when we showed up, we didn't even land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. We always been here, people of this land. So they the ones, they're Freemasons, and Darwin and all them the ones said, no, all humans on earth started in Africa. And then they spread around the world. Now, why did they tell that lie? Because these people going around the world trying to take over the world. They own world conquest, right? And when they get to your land, they going by squatters' law. And a squatters' law is, if I was here first, I get it. It's like finders keepers. They basically saying this, right? All of these buildings and like the cathedrals and temples and these beautiful Victorian buildings that we see all around the world, the pilgrims are saying that they built that, y'all. Even though when they showed up in our land, they was building mud huts. So we got these buildings all around the world with the same architecture, and the Roman Catholic Church is lying, saying we went around the world on conquest, building all these beautiful buildings all around the world in just 400 years while we was killing y'all and tearing up the land too. And we was building mud huts, but at the same time building huge statues and monuments. Get out of here. So what was happening, they was reclaiming a lost empire. It was a war, our people fell, and the people that rose up, they squatted on all this stuff. They're the founding fathers, not the builders. They just found the shit. So in order for them to stay, just think about this, right? If I squat in your house, man, and you die, and your grandkids now grow up, and I tell them, look, this ain't y'all house. Y'all moved in here a long time ago. Versus, hey, your grandma and granddaddy built this house from the ground up. I can rewrite history with the next generation because they don't know the history of the house. And that's what happened to us. And as a squatter, they can't, the law of finders keepers, I can get around that, because if I'm squatting on your property, the only people that can kick me off are the original indigenous, the people that were there first. But if you could convince them people they wasn't there first, no one was here. This was just here. It was just sitting there, man. This ain't your house. It wasn't your granddaddy's house. It ain't nobody's house. It was just sitting right there. That's what they saying when they say everybody come from Africa. They saying, look, everybody came from Africa, and there was no buildings and civilization in these lands until the slave master built these nice structures and sidewalks and cathedrals and temples. When really, he the one claimed all that. He didn't build it because he didn't build it for himself. So we don't know that all of these beautiful buildings like Notre Dame, all that was built by indigenous Americans. But the people who took all that over, they saying, nope, when we showed up, it wasn't no buildings here. It was just primitive people walking barefoot. But when they showed up, it was big stone Olmec heads in the background, big stone pyramids, like what's in Egypt and Giza, right here. So they lied. We've been deleted from history, our greatness, and we've been reduced to barefoot jungle dwellers that come from Africa and you're an immigrant. You know, that's the crazy thing with what the ethnogenesis, what Tariq Nasheed, like FBA ain't really doing what it's supposed to do, because if you want to restore our greatness in America, when you talk with that ethnogenesis stuff, it just mean that America didn't have no form of intelligence or civilization. It was a bare land until these Africans showed up and started building everything. And again, you're giving now the glory to Africans. Sun Tzu, can I get a mic check from you? Because I see your hand raised.
That was me, Sanchez. That was as above, so below.
Yo.
Okay. Well, I see Sun Tzu's hand. Blacker Food, thanks for joining. Mic check to you, Blacker Food, just to make sure your audio right.
What's up, fellas, man? Yeah, I appreciate. I love the community. Appreciate. Shout out to you too, bro.
Shout out to you, man. We finna pass you the mic. I'm gonna go to Sun Tzu and as above, and then we'll go to you.
The only thing I really wanted to add, Sanchez, was your point of what you're saying is how they're trying to rewrite history. Are you going as far as like a Tartarian angle? Or are you even saying that the Tartarian angle is kind of a lie, that we did that? That's not some Tartarian stuff.
No, we are the Tartarians. Our ancestors were the Tartarians. And listen, Egypt wasn't Egypt. It was part of the Tartarian Empire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's I was just kind of confused on where you was kind of going with that, because lately, the past couple of months, I've kind of gotten into Tartarian history and stuff. So you kind of saying that kind of clicked to me, like, hey, is he talking about is that the same people, or is it different people and they're trying to claim it?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you about Tartaria. What Tartaria is basically a near past deleted technological empire that was worldwide connected with free energy, man. And that's what I was saying, like, these pilgrims they were working with wood. The Tartarians was working with stones. That's why I was saying we weren't jungle dwellers barefoot with skirts on. When they showed up, we had suits on. We had free energy, light bulbs.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
They rewrote history. They said when we showed up, we saw these Indians saying, ooh, and they was doing a dance and making it rain. No, we was making it rain because we had geoengineering and weather control technology before y'all.
Yeah, they been flashing.
Yeah, so Sun Tzu, I'm in alignment with Tartaria. It backs up everything. And that's why it's like, I wish Tariq knew about Tartaria, because his Hidden Color series would be so much better. He's missing a lot of history. He's still reducing us to barefoot jungle dwellers.
Now, he's a very intelligent man. Do you think he's omitting it on purpose?
Yes, of course he is.
Okay. That's what I was about to say. He can't be doing.
What about Mansa Musa? Mansa Musa was the one who built the college in Timbuktu. And he was the first person to sail over here to America. He had 1,000 ships. He had 200 wives. He had a hairdresser for all the wives. He had everything. He was the richest man that ever lived, as far as record concerned. But I mean, yep.
And anyone saying Tartaria is a myth, I ain't gonna lie, it really shows that you don't really do research, man. Cause
There's old maps.
yeah, it's old maps with Tartaria all over it, and people didn't write huge places into maps that didn't exist. So we know that the maps we looking at today is a modern, revised version of the world that is showing us a post-apocalyptic world that they just revised. But when we go to these old maps, we see places like think about this, right? You could go to some of these old maps and you see these huge areas where cities used to be that don't exist. And when you go to them places now, it's a jungle. But when you walk through it, you find ruins of an old city.
Yeah, because they flooded out. They put dams and stuff around and flooded out. They been sinking cities and shit. They've been doing
Sometimes
that.
on maps, they'll
So guess
say
what,
it's a
y'all?
place filler.
People think Tartaria is like some continent that we just discovered and it's too big and how did we not find it? Let me tell y'all something. Tartaria ain't nothing but the area that we call it from Asia to Northeast Africa and to the Americas. Tartaria is an old empire of United Nations, if you will, of a bunch of different powerful empires that had came together and that's like saying Rome ain't real. You know what I'm saying? But check it out. It's like Tartaria ain't a new continent. It's just in a old world, the boundaries and lands was different. And if you don't think that the maps we looking at today just got this way and that maps was different back in the day, like people had different borders, like Louisiana used to be bigger than Texas. Did y'all know that? Did you know that Louisiana was bigger than Texas? Anybody? Let me see who studied like this.
I've never heard that before.
Yes, Louisiana used to be 3/4. Matter of fact, Texas was inside of Louisiana. So the more Louisiana purchase got, the more that the Louisiana purchase got bought up, them other countries basically carved themselves out of Louisiana. So most folks don't know that. But you'll say that's a big myth. No, it ain't a big myth because you don't know the history of geography and stuff. That's ignorant. The boundaries we see today wasn't always like this. In fact, they're changing as I speak. These boundaries ain't just concrete set in stone. The war that we fighting right now is making them rewrite the maps. Did you know that? What we doing in the Gaza, what we doing in Iran is gonna make us we're gonna have to revise the maps. And now you're gonna have to put, hey, this is Israel now, because Israel is expanding. Like, y'all silly to think these boundaries don't change. They're dynamic. They changing all the time. So it ain't no myth. It's just a point in time where the boundaries was different and people acknowledge this huge area. People would say we're in Tartary.
I just want to throw something out there. Like South Carolina and North Carolina, Virginia and West Virginia, South Dakota and North Dakota. They split it up sooner or later. It used to be a whole country or continent or kingdom, whatever you want to call it.
And everybody can hit I'm gonna show y'all how big Louisiana was, because this is something we gotta know. And shout out to my callers, man. Appreciate y'all. This is something we gotta know. So here is the size of, look at how big Louisiana is the whole Midwest. What they call in the Midwest right now was basically just from, what is that? That's from Louisiana today all the way up here.
That's boy. That's yeah.
So
That's the whole Midwest.
In
it is
China.
right. So like
Probably in Canada too.
you can fit 2 Texases inside of that. Like
Have
that's
you
crazy.
guys ever been inside of an old war
I remember.
structure?
Oh, say that again. The sister I couldn't hear over somebody.
Have you guys ever been inside of a Tartarian structure?
Yeah, if you ever been in a cathedral or any kind of Victorian building, one of these old ass like mosque, Vatican
No,
style, Catholic. Yeah,
no, I
that's the
haven't. But
Tartarian shit.
it's a old war structure in the downtown Oklahoma City area, and they turned it into a hotel. And it's like it is so amazing. We got the Tartarian statues everywhere on our state capitol building too.
If you've been in any building that was built before the year 1800, you've been in a Tartarian building. And believe it or not, most of you've been in them, like some of your courthouses,
Courthouse.
some of your
I want to know what do y'all consider as Tartarians?
I,
Human beings, black people, or what do y'all consider as
a
Tartarians?
Tartarian is like you saying, for example, this map that I'm showing is like me saying a Louisianian. If a person say I'm a Louisianian or I'm a ATLian, they just let me know they identifying by their geographic location on a map. And that's all a
I understand.
Tartarian was.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. There's like a country, a kingdom, or empire, something like that. Tribes. It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
So
they're little Masons.
Elaborate, please. If the immigrants are not being deported, how will you preserve majority Black American communities mathematically, given that there's an influx of immigrants that outnumber you already?
I think he asking me that, y'all. So first of all, pan mulattoism, man, salutes to you. Glad to have you back.
Please.
Let me
Yes, sir.
turn my screen share off. I swear, bro, I'm not gonna be disrespectful to you either, man. I'm gonna have the utmost respect for you because I know things can get heated. Shout out to the sister Sally McDermott. Thank you for the donation, sister Sally. You're awesome for your continued support. Pan mulattoism. I got a problem with the question. And I'm going to tell you the problem, and we're going to take our time today. And you can interject if I'm saying something that confuse you. And can you just repeat the question? I'm going to take this slow, John Legend style.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My question is, and thanks for having me back up. I'll be brief and concise. My question is, mathematically, given the fact that immigrants, particularly Latinos, already outnumber Black Americans and their numbers are growing within the U.S., how will Black Americans maintain majority Black American communities mathematically if we don't support mass deportations?
A black a fool, I muted you for just a second. So I'm going to be quite honest with you. I just don't see the threat you're presenting. So, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that maybe if we can and we can screen share if you like, whatever we got to do. I'm chilling because I don't see the threat that black people are somehow threatened because they outnumbering us. Because I'm going to tell you what I see. I do see that there is a lot of Latinos and all them here, but they kind of build their own little communities and stuff like that in the state of themselves. Like in Homewood, Alabama, you got a lot of Mexicans, Hispanics, they even got their own bank. But yeah, it's like, I'm not really mad at them as much as I am the Zionists because I look at them like, hey, they was here on the land with us when the Pilgrims showed up. And I mean, I'm not against ICE or for ICE though. That's my thing as an FBA man. I'm just saying this house called America, they was in it with us before the Pilgrims showed up. And it's kind of making us look like slaves arguing on a plantation of Massa getting this other group of slaves out because they're outnumbering us on the plantation, which preventing us from getting certain perks from Massa and certain works in the field, you know, that their job. So
Can we go point for point? Because I want to respond to everything.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, it's historically inaccurate to say that, because we can even break it down by the nations. It's inaccurate to say that El Salvadorians, Venezuelans, Nicaraguans, even Mexicans were here in the modern U.S. when the Pilgrims arrived. Actually, that's the equivalent of saying that Cherokee are indigenous to South America. We know that that is genetically inaccurate, but that's why I want to focus on the numbers, because you'll notice I never said anything about being threatened. I never said anything about being mad. I'm just saying mathematically, how will Black Americans maintain Black American communities when you're already outnumbered by immigrants and there are more coming? And just as an example, and I say this in closing, I can name cities and communities that used to be majority Black American, but are now majority immigrant. I'll give you an example. Compton. Compton used to be majority Black American. It's not anymore. It's now majority Latino.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
When you look at Black and Food, please, you got to mute your mic. Additionally, when we look at Miami, there are no majority Black American communities in Miami today, but they have majority Latino, majority Caribbean communities. Additionally, New York City has 0 majority Black American communities, but they have majority Latino, majority Caribbean communities. So, in closing, how many more Black American cities, towns, and counties are you willing to forfeit to foreigners?
Well, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I just got to respectfully agree to disagree. And maybe I'm wrong, and I will admit that's why I said, Pan Mulatto, I'm trying to get people to join. Because listen, I used to live in Birmingham, Alabama. It's very black, man. I'm this black as hell, right? And I still visit home, Bessemer, Alabama, man. And every time I visit home, it's still black as hell. It's black folks doing big things. And guess what? I'm guessing that's still true for Atlanta, Louisiana. Memphis is kind of, but see, Memphis ain't really facing threats from illegal immigrants. They facing threats from like these AI databases. See, Elon about to suck that dry. They got a corrupted political system there. But
Brother Sanchez, are you aware, and I said this before, are you aware that Atlanta is no longer majority Black American? Actually, even New Orleans has a Latino mayor right now as we speak. So, in other words, Black Americans are demographically forfeiting their cities and their communities to immigrants, but we don't see the opposite way. We don't see majority Latino cities becoming majority Black American. So I'm just asking a simple question. How many more of your cities, because even in Birmingham that you just brought up,
yeah,
the Hispanic population growth rate is growing faster than the Black American population in Birmingham, meaning that we can intelligently deduce within the next 50 years, Black Americans will no longer be the majority of Birmingham if the current trends continue. So I'm just asking, how many
And
more
I'm
of your
also
cities, and I say this in closing because I don't want to be
black
long
or
with
food,
it.
hold up.
How many?
Go
I
ahead.
say this in closing because I never want to be long-winded, and I apologize, but I have to ask.
Some things we need to take our time with, so you fine. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. But I try to reduce my responses to 20 seconds or less. So my question is, and anyone on the panel can answer this, how many more Black American cities, towns, counties, and congressional districts are you willing to forfeit to other ethnicities?
Hey, let me say one thing, Pan Mulattoism. I think that you got a lot of knowledge. So don't limit yourself to 20 seconds because we ain't one of them little young TikTok crowds. Like we be smoking and chilling. You can do your thing over here. But I would say
Thank
this, man. I don't want to forfeit none of these cities. What I'll say is that I don't think that them outnumbering us outpower us. I know we think power is in numbers, but because when I see these black cities, I still see like the black folks controlling everything. We still got everybody copying what we do. People still, like you said, we got to allow you into hip hop. We got to allow you into like certain spaces that we've carved out. You know what I'm saying? Which is what the delineation is all about. So my whole thing is I don't want to be outnumbered if it's gonna be some sort of infiltration, but I'm just saying the infiltration I've always seen didn't come from these people you bringing up. Because think about this, even if they're a problem like y'all say, would they be more of a problem than the white folks that's allowing it to happen? And I ain't saying white folks, I'm saying the people in power. So at the end of the day, our fate is decided by Massa. He get to decide, hey man, black folks, these folks is out producing y'all. They gonna outnumber y'all. I can help y'all or I can't help y'all. We're really like looking toward
But brother
these
Sanchez,
people in
I
power to
apologize for
be our
cutting you.
saviors for this
No, it's the
problem. So
opposite. I'm saying,
yeah,
I'm sorry, and I know I cut you off. I
it's
apologize.
fine, it's
My
fine.
point is just so we don't go on the wrong tangent, not a disrespectful tangent, but just so we understand each other's points. No, I'm saying actually the white man is our enemy, but we're fighting multiple opponents. We're not only fighting the white man right now. And that's the difference between our grandfather's generation and our generation today. Our grandfather had one enemy, which is the whites working against them. In 2026, with all due respect, you have Hispanics working against you. You have Asians in the U.S. working against you. You have Caribbeans and Africans and Arabians all in the U.S. working against you. So we have to fight multiple opponents. We cannot only be fixated on the white man. So the point I'm making is, if you look at cities, one more sentence, I'll pass the mic right back to you. And I appreciate you giving me the floor. If you look at cities where Latinos are the majority, look at their city councils. Everyone in their city councils will be other Latinos. Their mayors will be other Latinos. Their congressional representatives will be other Latinos. So my point is, when they become the majority, they will vote you out of positions of power. Look at what just happened to Jasmine Crockett. She lost the senatorial race, even though she got the majority of the black vote, but the majority of the Hispanics that outnumbered the blacks voted against her, so she lost. So how
Now
many more
let
of
me
our candidates were we allowed to get beat up?
hold on, Black or Fool. Watch this, Pan Mulattoism. Pay attention to this, right? I don't think that voting and the circus act that we see on the world stage dictate what manifests every day. I think that there's a group of rich people in power and that these governments are being influenced by private rich families and private organizations, and that these private families that rule the world, their will is being manifested in our reality. But we don't know that because they have these puppets in front of us carrying out the will of those in power. And when we don't like what's happening, we think, well, it's Trump, is that senator, is this person, maybe it's a local level. The lands that we live on are owned, y'all, by private families. Understand that this ain't no such thing as public land. This is private land we live on, which is why you're taxed to live. I deal with a whole nother reality than most folks. And let me just give you a sneak peek of my mind, because if I'm wrong, I want to be corrected. I don't know everything. My thing is this right here. I'm not making it all about the white man. FBA is, because when we get behind ICE like that, that is us getting behind a white cause just because it benefits us. Let me land my plane. I'm not making it all about the white man. What I'm saying is everyone in America is only doing what the white man allowed them to do, and that go for the immigrants too. So that mean we need to worry about him because he's calling the shots. So that mean the shit we complaining about that we don't like, he allowed it. Just like right now, people are supporting ICE, right? But they don't realize these folks didn't get these immigrants out of here till they got ready. We've been asking them to get the immigrants out of here. They didn't do it till it benefited them. So that's why I'm not celebrating ICE, because I know that they didn't do this for us. They saying if they was doing it for us, they would have did it 10 years ago, 15 years ago when we was asking them. It ain't like we just start getting under. That's why I was saying, like, I'm not even against what you saying, Pan Mulattoism. I'm with you. Everybody undermining us, let's get them. I'm just saying all the people we mad at, they ain't really got no power other than what these people give them. Just like these illegal immigrants. They can't even be over here unless these white folks allow it. And guess what these white folks saying? We don't want to allow it no more, bring ICE in. And I'm saying, man, y'all too late. I'm bougie. I'm still mad. I'm like, bro, we been asking y'all, so now you want to do it because you wanted to do it for you. You know.
But Brother Sanchez, respectfully, it's not about supporting ICE. No, it's about allowing our enemies to have conflict amongst themselves.
Oh yeah.
Let them fight each other.
I'm with that.
So that's the point right there.
I'm with that.
When we're saying that we support the mass deportations, what we are saying actually is we support the white man having conflict about the immigrants that
That's
the
right.
white man used
I'm with
against
that. I
us.
support that too. Me and you on the same page about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one last thing, because I think it's someone else that wants to jump in the discussion. Also about the I'm paraphrasing. You didn't use this exact word, but what you described to me sounds like the shadow government, the oligarchs behind the scenes that control the government. I would never deny that this does not exist. But back to the tangible level, Hispanics never say, well, there's a shadow government, so we should allow Black Americans and other Blacks from Africa and the Caribbean to take over Hispanic communities. No. Instead, what they say is, we will control Latino communities and we will make more majority Latino communities. I'll give one brief example. When those Haitians was at the border trying to cross into Texas, it was Latino members of Congress that called ICE on these Haitians. You understand what I'm saying?
Why
Because
you think I'm against it? I'm with you on all that, bro. I'm just saying why we doing all that.
Level?
Yeah. But listen, Pan Mulatto, I'm with you on all that, bro. I think they're slow too, because while they're doing that, they got kids going to Iran to die right now. They sending their kid. Look, the Jews sending their kids right now to go to war overseas, just like ours. All I'm saying is this. It's a reason they got us bickering about this shit right now while Trump going over here to Iran. I look at how everything line up on the board, and I'm not a fool. They rather you be mad at some illegal immigrant than the fact that Marine got drugged out of court for the fact that we about to go to World War III and this shit don't benefit America. And even the damn far-right white people know that. Even racist white men turned on Trump for what he doing. So that's what I was saying. Trump his only last stand is, well, look, I'm getting illegal immigrants out. And I'm like, okay, thank you for that. But I still don't want my kids getting blowed the fuck up for something that don't even concern us. So I'm with you. I'm all the way with you. I'm just saying, as FBA, we got to now be multitasking. We can't just, because ICE going to do what they doing and get the immigrants out. And I think that allow us to tie up time to focus on other stuff and what more to focus on and what's directly affecting every American right now with Iran.
And let me just say this, because I really do want to close up, because I want other people to jump in. Verbatim, last time me and you spoke, I used the word multitasking. And that's something that we definitely have to do. Respectfully, I disagree with you when you say that ICE is going to get the immigrants out. I think that they, if not pressured, they will get enough immigrants deported that it looks good in the media. But no, with all due respect, if we don't put pressure on ICE, I'm not talking about violence at all, but I'm speaking about reporting actual potential illegal aliens to ICE. If we don't report these immigrants to ICE ourselves, then really we're relying on ICE to do something that we have an obligation to do ourselves, which is preserve our communities. And I really will say this in closing. What we're talking
What
about
the
is
hell?
an existentialism debate. Our grandfathers had more majority Black American communities, cities, towns, and counties than we do today. So if we're waiting on ICE to solve our problems, then our grandchildren will have even less majority Black American.
Can
They
I
might
ask
not
you a
even
quick
have any
question?
more. Well,
Hey,
please let me say the sentence for the listeners, and
Who
I'll
is
answer your
that?
question.
Who is that, Mike? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's Black or Fool, but please let me say the sentence for the listeners, and I'll answer your question. Like I said, our grandfathers had more majority Black American communities than we do today. If we wait on the white man to solve our problems, shit, man, in 100 years, our future generations may have no more majority Black American communities because they will all be
I hear you.
overpopulated by immigrants, really. But I'm listening.
I will say
What's
this
up?
though. What I disagree with is that you don't think. I mean, I'm gonna just flat out say it, bro. You are waiting on the white man. I mean, think about it. If my job is to call ICE when I see an immigrant, what happens after I hang the phone up? I wait. And the white man can either go deal with the problem or not. And if the white man don't deal with it, guess what? I pick the phone up. Hey, man, I told you Felipe's out here, man, nigga, he's still out here. But my whole thing is this. In this case, we are making him handle our problem. We ain't being proactive handling it
This is the
ourselves.
best bro Sanchez right here.
But
See,
Brother Sanchez, I hear you, but I can only speak tangibly for what I've done. I got over 500 illegal aliens deported myself. Now there's 44 million Black
by
Americans in the
calling
U.S.
ICE? I'm sorry, my bad. I was just asking. Did you call ICE or did
That
you?
we have it today. So with all due respect, no, this is me demanding that when my taxes are allocated for the job that we pay ICE to do, this is us demanding that they actually do what we pay them to do.
Don't mean
So
they gonna do
with
it.
all due respect,
Don't
that's why I
mean they
say we
gonna
have to
do it.
put pressure. I'm not disagreeing with that, but that's why I say we have to call repetitively to ensure that they do it. Because really,
That's
the 500
called
immigrants.
begging.
Well, let me say this: the 500 immigrants that I got deported, if I didn't make them calls, they may have never got deported, brother. Do you understand that?
I feel you on that, but
So
all
what
I'm,
happened after they got
That's a
deported?
super hater, bro. That's a super hater.
It's better than bending over the desk and
hey,
letting them penetrate
bro
us.
out there like, hey, I got another one out here, no green
Yeah, they got
card.
to go.
Hey,
I got
bro,
3 but they ain't
hey,
got
shout
8.
out to you.
go.
Let's
So what was
go
the
to
benefit of the you calling them and them
So
guys getting deported? What was the benefit
yeah,
after that? What happened after
let me
that?
answer that. And I'm glad you asked me that question. The benefit of getting illegal aliens deported is because each illegal alien that gets deported, that frees up a housing opportunity and a job opportunity for homeless and unemployed Black Americans. So that's the
Can I
benefit.
ask you a
Man,
quick
you
question?
sound white team, man. You sure
Let
you
me
not a
ask
white
you a
guy?
quick question.
That's some white boy shit. That's some white
That
boy
we
shit.
just call black
Hold on.
man
I
right
got a
there. I'm
question.
tired of that black.
I got a question. I got a question
Yes,
for
sir.
you. Have you ever called the police on a drug dealer, gang member, killer in your community?
No, never.
Okay,
Ooh,
so
shit.
I just want to make a point, right? In our communities, there is a threat of illegal immigrants and other races, but I don't think we should. I don't think is stop solving the problem if we get all of them out there just to keep doing what we doing. Because look, if we really care about the community, right? Think about it. You got an immigrant in your community competing with you for work versus a dude next door to you selling your auntie and your grandma fentanyl. And you say, well, I'm going to call the cops on this dude that's competing for my job, not the one
Exactly.
with the that just called the hit and got the block shot up. Now listen, hold up, pan mulattoism. Let me finish. Let me land. Here's the point that I'm making. I want you to call ICE on an illegal immigrant, but I want you to also call the cops on other threats. We got all kind of threats, man. And it ain't just illegal immigrants. I'm standing side by side with you. We need to start doing something about our community and protecting our people from foreign threats and guess what? Domestic, that part. That mean the ones at home. So to me, if you really want to be a nation and you only concerned with protecting your people from foreign threats, then that's kind of backwards as hell. You ain't gonna show me a nation that don't have a policy for foreign and domestic protection. So when black
let me
folks
respond to
decide,
that.
I'm landing right here. My whole thing, because I don't want you to think I'm saying don't call ICE. I'm saying we got to start taking, this is good. I like this. Now let's start kicking this up a notch because there are other threats in it. Let's go, like, if we're going to get with the law enforcement, okay.
Yeah, let me tell you what I actually did, though. Let me tell you in real life what I actually did. I actually, and anyone listening, you could go to my page. The name of my page is Pam Mulattoism on YouTube. In real life, I got over 200 sex traffickers incarcerated. This is a fact as a lobbyist. That's my profession as a lobbyist. But you asked me about the drug dealers. Let me tell you what I did about the drug dealers in my community. I successfully advocated. Yeah, let me answer that.
He bought them out.
Successfully. Let me respond to you because we have to multitask. That's why I use that word. What I did about the drug dealers in my community, I successfully advocated for a nonprofit to open up in my community. I'm gonna shout them out. My community is called Long Reach, Columbia, Maryland, zip code 21045. I advocated for a free trade school to come to my community and set up shop in my community. The name of it is Power 52. This is a free trade school for anyone ages 11 to 65. And I successfully got people that had criminal backgrounds to enlist in this actual trade school, and a lot of them became plumbers, electricians, mechanics, etc. So yes, I agree, we must address every issue in our community. But if you ask me, did I call the police on Black Americans? No, and I never will, unless they are a sex offender. Other than that, no, I've never called the police on Black Americans, but I definitely call ICE on immigrants every single day, unapologetically.
And where do you delineate the difference between a person? Because you're gonna.
The difference is, all right, go ahead. Yes. No, I won't go back and forth. Did you hear what I said though? You might not have heard what I just said. How I address the other threats in our community. Okay. No, I mean I'm not here to convince you. Yeah, I'm not here to convince you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they got to go. And I do want someone else to jump in. And that's my point. And because I do want to pass the mic. Allow me to say my final words. And I want to pass the mic. And you're right. I
Oh
won't
shit,
go
but
back.
hold up one thing. I swear I ain't
All
cutting
right,
you
go
off.
ahead. Go ahead.
Bro, do you know that I was just muted all that time? Y'all can hear me, but they can't. So let me just get 30 seconds and I'm gonna get his brother the
All
mic.
right, go ahead.
Chat room, my bad. What I was telling him was, you know, he can take his stance and I ain't mad at him, but respectfully, he can't convince me he doing it because he care about the community. Because you can't say you care about the community and you only want to protect them from one threat, right? If you care about the community, any threat, you're going to be protecting them from it. So I would say a person doing that ain't doing it because they care about the community. They doing it because they just don't like them niggas, which I don't care about that. Like, I'm a fan of that. I just say keep it real. Like, don't try to sell it like, I care so much about the community, I'm going to call ICE on this dude, but I don't care nothing about the goons shooting up the block, innocent kids getting hit. So that's just my personal opinion. It ain't nothing I'm trying to debate. No one can change my mind on that. Like I was telling him, even if it's my mom, no one can tell me if they selective like that they doing it because they care. I'm going to say, no, you just don't like them folks. And I'm still going to dap you up and say, appreciate your services. Keep calling ICE on them. But I ain't boo-boo the fool. I'm a street nigga, right? I know you don't really give a fuck about no community. Now, you just don't like Julio. Now, drop a 1 if y'all agree with me on that in the chat. Drop a 3 if you saying, no, he care about the community. We'll put a poll up.
And let me get my closing words in. Yes, and respectfully, I said more than once what I did about the other threats in our community, such as the drug dealers that I got enrolled into a free trade school program, and the different nonprofits that I got brought into my community. But I'll say this in closing. Once again, if you are a man that claims to care about your community and you've watched foreigners accumulate in your community and you've done nothing to get them out. Additionally, if you saw the drug dealers in your community and you've done nothing to help rehabilitate them and get them off the corners, as I have actually done, with all due respect, there's nothing you could tell me at all.
I can tell you,
With all due
thank you,
respect.
man. I like what you're doing and we can support you, my brother. And I'll say this too, man. You know, I think a lot of brothers ain't focusing on immigrants. They just focusing on getting black folks in a better spot to where, you know, and they ain't really seeing the immigrants as a threat. And I would say they probably need to kind of multitask and say, hey, yeah, we building, getting the bread, we getting the bag out here, we doing our thing, but there's a slow takeover going on back here we need to, you know, worry about. I'm with you, brother.
Yeah, let me get the rest of my closing words out, and I appreciate you giving me the floor. Additionally, because you brought up other threats in our communities. Once again, I actually got over 200 sex traffickers incarcerated. If you have never done anything about these sex traffickers that are
Well,
in
I
your
was
own
in law
community,
enforcement, so, you know.
Come on, man.
that's my point. You were in law enforcement, but you're against ICE? How
No,
that
I'm
make
not
sense?
against ICE. What make you think that's what I was saying. That's you was misconfusing me, brother. I'm not for ICE or against ICE. I'm just for reparations, tangibles, and I'm FBA is two things. It's a pro reparations group and it's a lineage. But it was never an anti-immigration movement, in which I don't mind that, because if immigrants are undermining us, we need to get our anti-immigrant shit on. But what I'm saying is I choose to focus more on the tangible so that we can never forget that, right? Because we got folks doing all the immigrant stuff. I think we need to be multifaceted like that. And I'll
And
get
brother
my tether
Sanchez,
roast on too.
that's my point right there. Because, and I'm saying this respectfully, you changing your stance a little bit. Because last time we spoke, you said that the people, the Black Americans that support ICE, are giving free support and they are essentially cheerleaders. But you yourself, you was a law enforcement agent. You enforced the laws that the white man created.
But here's the thing, I didn't want no support from people. Listen what I'm telling you. This is what you got to realize. I'm telling people, when I was in the military, just like kids joining the Marines, kids going to the Navy, right? That's what I was in. I was in the Air Force. The thing is, I didn't care about getting support. Niggas in my hood didn't care. They didn't support niggas in uniform, no way. So if you went to the military to get out the hood, right, you had to do that for you. Like, you had to be self-driven because the hood don't support that. They look at that a certain way, but then they'll, you know what I'm saying, give the dope boys all that a slide. But my thing is this. When I was in the military, I didn't get support from black people. So I'm going to be honest with you. I got kind of ridiculed for one thing, joining the military. Another thing, being in the infantry in the military, because that's the people with the guns, right? So my thing is, I got to be honest with you, Pamela. I think a lot of black guys who served and the black guys in law enforcement, there's a little bit of jealousy there, and rightfully there. I know. Well, let me just speak for myself. I'm jealous because I was a young man. I joined that shit just to better myself, and people didn't respect that. So, but I see a bunch of black folks, they really respecting ICE, man. And whenever they speak about a black man in uniform, they look down on it while looking up on these white men in uniform. And they won't, like you said, you won't call the police on the dope boys, but you will call ICE on the Mexicans. But my thing is, in the hood at the same time, they respect the dope boys more than the black police, and they respect an ICE agent more than a dang on black dude in the army. And to me, I just don't agree with that. I ain't trying to debate you on it. I'm just saying that's some sick about our people.
No, but that's what I'm saying, brother Sanchez. When you was in the U.S. military, you carried out the white man's imperialistic endeavors. How can you come back to the U.S. and say that you are critical of Black Americans supporting ICE, removing foreigners from our community?
Because I just told you how, because they don't support black men. And for example, right, if you go to my hood right now and a black man just getting off work, he worked for ICE, they'll be like, look at this coon ass nigga. But them same niggas will go online and be like, you know, but we do rock with ICE. Only the white ICE people. I don't know if you getting what I'm saying, brother. I'm telling you.
I encourage Black Americans to sign up for ICE.
I'm telling you that if we encourage Black Americans to sign up for ICE, we're telling them to work for the DOD, and that's what the military is. So what I was saying, hold on. You ain't listening, brother, because I'm answering you clearly. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm not mad at black people being critical of ICE. I'm mad at black people I'm not mad at black people supporting ICE. I'm mad at black people supporting ICE, but putting down a black dude in uniform. I'm mad at black people supporting ICE, right? But then, like you said, niggas will call ICE on a Mexican, but they won't call nobody want to talk, even though that little girl just died in a drive-by shooting from bullets, and it wasn't even about her. That happened, and no one talked. The killer stay in the hood. But then everyone called ICE on the fucking Mexican. Now, listen, you don't got to agree with me on that. I just think that's stupid. That's my thing about ICE. I'm saying that, listen, if our smoke only gonna be for illegal immigrants and our support only gonna be for ICE, that's weird to me. Let's get rid of all the shit in our community.
That's a strong man.
Whatever you want to call it, it's just my reality because I'm from law enforcement, bro. So it's real to me.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's literally what I'm saying. You said that verbatim, with all due respect. You said that Black Americans that supported ICE were sucking off the white man. But then I asked you, were you sucking off the white man when you worked for the U.S. military in law enforcement?
I think that every black person, I'm trying to answer you. I ain't triggered now. You just got to let me answer you. What I'm saying is every black person in America right now is sucking off the white man under his oppression. That's what I'm saying. Because hold on. Bro, you gotta let me see. You want me to be triggered. I'm being calm. You just gotta let me answer you, bro.
Brother.
You got, bro. I ain't gonna let you do that. You ain't finna trigger me today. I'm just gonna put you in the back and I'm gonna answer you and I'll bring you back. Now everyone see what's happening. The brother asked me a question. He thought by him saying suck off, I was going to get mad, and I didn't. I just started answering him politely, and he keep cutting me off because he wanted that to get me mad. Now didn't it, y'all? You saw what happened.
He just wants to be a distraction.
Now listen, only thing I said is this. It's weird to me how we're sucking ICE off while ridiculing a black man that joined the army. I've been making that argument the whole time. I've been saying the whole time. That's why I asked him, have you ever called the police on a gang member, a dope boy? He proved my point.
Bro, the Navy.
He proved my point. So
don't you like the Navy?
Hold on, Rob. Let me cook, man. Let me cook. So check this out. He can come back on, but he can't force me. Like, it ain't a straw man. It's a reality, bro. The reality of it is I was in law enforcement, and by me being in law enforcement, I can see the hypocrisy of it, and I even admitted to him is part of it is jealousy that I got. Like, I'm making myself vulnerable to him. I told him come on, bro, this a chip I got on my shoulder with black folks because I see how these white ICE agents get supported. They looked at them like heroes. But like I said, if a black man work for ICE, that nigga ain't gonna get looked at the same. Niggas gonna look at him goofy. They gonna look at him like, you sucking a white man off following orders, like a person working at Walmart ain't doing that. Like a young person working at McDonald's ain't doing what the white man telling them to do. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not making it like a person sucking nobody off for working a damn job. That's what Pam Mulatto's saying. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that
is what you said. You changed.
No, bro, you gotta let me land.
You changed your
I did not say that a person sucking someone off for working a job. I said you're sucking someone off because you're supporting them for doing a job and they didn't ask for your support. Them white police don't need your pom-pomming and cheerleading. When I was in the military doing my job, I didn't need your support, and I didn't give a crap who supported me or not. I was in there for my bag and my personal empowerment. That's what I'm telling you. And if a nigga tell you I don't need your support and you still give it to him, I'm saying you goofy. A nigga got one time to tell me, bro, I'm gonna do what I'm doing anyway without your support. Fine, I keep my support in my pocket. That's what I'm telling you about ICE. He don't see that. Yet I'm not saying no one sucking a white man off for doing a job. I'm saying giving free support to anybody is kind of weird because they gonna do their job anyway. They sign a contract with the government. These ICE agents got to do their job. You can't, your voice right as a taxpayer, you begging them, like you said, calling them up every day. You didn't get Julio yet. He's still standing right there. I called you 10 minutes ago. Julio still standing right there. Right? So my thing is that, you know, these people doing a job, if a black man doing his job in this country, that don't mean he's sucking a white man off. But just giving support to people that's telling you, I'm going to do my shit whether you give it or not. And you may say, well, my support for ICE is me calling them up being a bugaboo every day saying, hey, what are you doing? You're 10 minutes late. It's another illegal immigrant out here. So that ain't really supporting them. That's hounding them and putting pressure on them. So my bad, I've been using the wrong word. Maybe I shouldn't even look at it like support. Maybe I should look at it like, hey, we making sure we get our money's worth.
Pressure. Exactly. As I told you earlier. But can I ask you a question respectfully?
I'm learning to compromise. Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying. See, I respect you when you correct yourself and accept correction. So I don't have no bad blood towards you, but I'm going to ask you, is it better for a Black American to get over 500 illegal aliens deported like I did, or do what you did, which is sit and watch them accumulate in your community and in your country and outnumber you? Which one is better?
Okay, so what I did,
tactically,
right? I got you. Let me share with you what I did, right? Let me mute you because I don't want no impulses, and I'm gonna be brief. So here's the thing. I appreciate you for getting illegal immigrants out, because these illegal immigrants, they want to take our jobs. But realize I was in the infantry overseas defending America for people that want to take your life. So I don't really want to compare the two. I want to say I appreciate your service and I hope you appreciate mine. But at any given moment, I can die for what I was doing. And what I was taught that I was doing was defending Americans from foreign threats. We talking about people that want to, Pearl Harbor your ass. So my whole thing is, if you're back home protecting my community from illegal immigrants, why? I appreciate that too, because some of them are gang members. Some of them are dangerous too. Causing, it ain't just black folks doing drive-bys. You got illegal immigrant gangs but maybe they on their own, in Cali, they in their own hoods though, but they do go to war with black gangs though. But the point is, if you ever served in any point in America, it's not classy to get into these kind of debates to where my service as a military man, right? I can go on and on about infantry, how I'm bad at that, but I've been trained not to do it. It's just, I can't, it don't look right. OG Philly can even tell you that, and he served more than me. But it don't look, no matter what form of service you do, I'm going to thank you for it. People thank me all the time. Thank you for your service, right? I'm not going to put my shit above them either. But I will say what you doing is important, Pan Mulattoism, and I appreciate you. I don't know which one of us doing the best and all that, but I don't want to get into a competition fight with you, my brother, with all respect.
No, there's no competition. And I'm going to ask you a logical question. When the U.S. military goes overseas and they kill people in these foreign countries, you don't think that makes these foreigners want to retaliate against us and kill us more?
Yeah, let me answer that. You don't think
kill us already.
You're right. And hold on, let me answer it. The thing is, you don't think that the people we putting out, they don't want to retaliate? You don't think, because listen, hold on, bro. Right. Anything that the government tell us to do, people ain't gonna like us for it. And this is what I learned about life. When it's something you doing that benefit your people, fuck what other people ain't gonna like. I don't even want to have that conversation with you, because guess what? I know people ain't gonna like us for getting the illegal immigrants out, but those are agents doing what the white man told them to do, just like you told me. We gotta suck off our boss. We gotta do our job. So like I was doing my job and the white man telling me I'm defending Americans, the ICE agent doing his job and the white man telling him the same thing. Now, when it come to these different groups who all work for the DOD, we never come together and say, it's the white man lying to you about defending America. It's the white man lying to you. We just say, hey, man, we all work for the DOD and we all defending America. Now, I'll land right here, right? You are sitting back calling ICE, right? And we respect that. But we're talking about a person who literally worked for the DOD, which is what an ICE agent does. Now, my mission was different than an ICE agent. But it goes to show you how our people will, for example, they will put a white ICE agent above the Tuskegee Airmen, right? When they say, well, we want a black man to go join ICE. Well, it was the first black man that started working for the DOD that made that possible, whether they went to the Army, Air Force. If a black man decide he want to go work for ICE now, he owe that to OGs like Leo, the Tuskegee Airmen. They had it harder than us. They had to fight for a lot to make things better for us in these departments. That's why I don't really want to go down this road with you with this sort of competitive thing, because as an ex-military man, that's just not what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, can I get in? Hold on, man. You guys talk.
I'm just asking a simple question.
But no, you got to respond.
When you went overseas, yeah, it'll be brief. Watch how brief my response is.
But you're gonna go back and forth, man. I want to make a comment on what you're saying.
Because brother Sanchez,
I want to tell him what's wrong with his thinking.
All right, brother, I'll pass the mic right to you, brother Sanchez, because you said you went overseas during the U.S. military for me. So I'm asking, how you going overseas and killing foreigners with the U.S. military? How did that benefit me, brother? That's all I'm asking.
Okay, so let me explain something to you, right? First of all,
Yes.
military soldiers overseas ain't just killing foreigners. You see how he be trying to put shit, y'all? Because check this out. You got ICE agents killing Americans. And they saying, oops, my bad. We thought he was a goddamn illegal immigrant. That's happening every goddamn other day. Now, you worrying about a black dude killing a foreigner overseas versus a white oppressor who hung your ancestors killing an American
That's
at
white on
home.
white violence.
Hold on. And guess what? What I'm doing overseas is white on white violence. You just said you don't mind a black man working for ICE. Now you saying it's white on white violence. Tell me that ain't double talking, y'all.
Oh yeah, bro. Okay, bro, can I explain the
That
problem
ain't
with his
double
way of
talking. Chat drop a one. How is white on white violence if you encouraging a black man to go get in that war? But white folk supposed to be just they fight, right? But you making it your fight. I'm saying it's white on white violence between ICE and the immigrants. So why are we cheerleading and pom-pom from it? Let's go back and keep focusing on us and let them, both of our enemies, wipe each other out. We wasting time watching it. While they wiping each other out, we can now got all this time to be getting ahead of them doing something over here if you want to go that route. But that's all I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
Well, those
go
were,
ahead, man.
you literally stole my words, and we could rewind the tape and you heard me say that. But go ahead, Rob.
The problem with this Pan guy's way of thinking is he's determining by his own moral standard what is considered enough to act on. So this is where the problem here's where the problem arises. So let's say he gets all the illegal immigrants out like he wants to do. I mean, what's next on his list of things he doesn't like or things that should be changed? And then he's turning people in for other things too. It never stops. It's literally like a kind of a nazi like topic or tactic. It's not a very good way to live. You're not really doing anybody a favor except yourself. You're only making yourself feel better while making everybody else feel worse, which is not a good thing.
And this question to Rob or Brother Sanchez or anyone on the panel, I can articulate, as I've already done, how getting immigrants deported benefits Black Americans and helps preserve Black American communities. Can anyone on the panel please articulate how joining the U.S. military and going overseas and killing foreigners, how does that benefit?
It's called duty.
It's called. Shh, I got it, Rob. I got it. Be quiet. Let me explain it, right? Because I got cousins and nephews that just joined the Navy, right? And I seen them see a lot of their friends die like I did, right? The reason I joined the military, I'm from a very bad hood. It was top 10 murder capital of the world for years where I'm from. So I seen a lot of shit happen and I ain't want to stick around because people around me was dying. How the military benefit Black people, it gives them a job in these downtrodden environments. It gives them a house. Some people got $50,000 sign-on bonuses. Everybody don't be rappers and drug dealers. See, in our community, there's a lot of Black people that call ICE on immigrants, but they don't call police on the drug dealers, the niggas shooting the block up, and the people that got our people sprung out. So we got to get the fuck up out the hood because we got a lot of people that act like they care about the hood, but they don't really care because the direct threats people turn a blind eye to, and they say, well, I'm just going to sit here and call ICE on people. So guess what? The military is there to give people jobs, just like you saying that Black people should go work for ICE. Black people can go work be in the Navy. They can be in the Army. And why would they do that? Not just to get illegal immigrants out, but to make a better life for their family. Because a Black dude in high school is going to say, okay, ICE is saying they're going to give me a 30,000 bonus. The Marines say they're going to give me a 80,000 bonus. He's going to make his decision from a financial standpoint, not from the standpoint of, ooh, let me put the cape on and go get the illegal immigrants out the hood because ain't no other Black folks doing it. Guess what? You ain't doing it.
And Brother Sanchez,
bro, another thing. Hold on, man, 1 second.
Because
another thing is,
I won't disagree.
The jobs.
But you said
they're taking agriculture jobs. These are not jobs that are in competition with anybody he's saying. So he just He's literally doing
All
this
right.
just
And
to
I
do
know
it.
Because
it's for the
check
brother
this out, right?
Sanchez.
Because check this
Oh,
out,
yes,
right?
still going.
A person joining the military ain't doing shit to benefit black people, but I think they are benefiting.
Exactly.
But think
Exactly.
about, but hold on, bro, chill out, relax. That's like saying you working at Walmart, how that benefit black people, nigga. That's just a career field that a person chose. You playing for the Detroit Lions, how did that benefit black people? You being a rapper, how did that benefit black people? Them dope boys that you don't want to call the police on, brother, how do they benefit black people? See, and that's what I was saying about
I was trying to
people to
address that
have
part.
people to have most smoke, right? For a young man that said, look, I'm getting the hell out the hood and battering myself. He go to the military, get with him, make a family like my uncle and auntie did. It benefited my family because I ain't gonna lie, they the richest people in my family and they owe it to the Navy, right? They joining they. So my
and
thing
look,
is,
and
it
brother
did
Sanchez.
benefit my family. A
And
person,
that's the
a
point I'm
person,
making.
hold on.
All right, go ahead.
A person having a good career field will benefit their family. And you can't pick on a person in the military if you ain't gonna do that with rappers, ball players, and all that, because people just looking for a way out the hood however they can find it, rather bagging groceries and all that. That's why I said you're asking questions that's irrelevant and off topic, asking how is the job I picked to do benefit America. You don't get paid to call ICE every day, brother. That ain't your job. So I can ask you how your 9 to 5 benefit me. So it
And let me,
so
can I respond to any of this? Please.
well, hold
And
on,
watch how
hold
brief
on, brother,
go
because
ahead, go ahead.
I'm long-winded with this right here.
Yeah, I can tell. It's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. It ain't about. I don't want to make the conversation about people in the military. Because people do that to deflect from the fact that why the hell are we supporting ICE when they gonna do what they doing anyway? And if a person say, well, I'm not supporting ICE, I'm just getting up every day calling them on the phone, making sure they do their job. I'm saying we should do that with the police too, because when they know niggas is in these street beefs, they wait till after the gunshots and come get the bodies. They don't fucking put their life on the line. They said let them niggas kill each other. And I'm saying, look, if we want ICE to help us police our community, let's help police our community ourselves. And there's other threats other than illegal immigrants. All I'm saying is if we want to police our communities, let's do it. Let's get the immigrants out. Let's deal with all the issues. A person ain't got to agree with that. That's just my take.
I'm going to repeat what I said earlier. I got over 200 sex traffickers incarcerated.
So this don't even concern you.
Allow me to complete my sentence, brother. Please. It'll be brief. I never denied that the military benefits the individual families of the Black Americans that joined the military. No, I never denied that. But you said that
benefits
you joined
the
the military.
community.
And you said I should thank you for your service. You might have forgot what you said. So I'm asking, how did what you did in the U.S. military, killing foreigners, how did that benefit me?
I'm gonna tell you like this,
It
bro.
benefited everybody.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I got. Check this out, right? If you're saying that it benefited the family, I gotta ask you, everyone on a question right now. Don't families make communities, everybody? Don't we want the community to be better, y'all? So people that go to the military and they come back to their hood and they build programs. They motherfucking give money to the high school, right? All that shit, and you telling me that don't benefit the community? That's crazy, bro. It's more than just rappers and all of that go out there on a career path and come back and help the community. These families in the hood are suffering from all kind of things going on in the hood. We ain't got to name them. We know what it is. People don't want to call the police, though. That's the problem. People don't want to deal with these issues we inflict on ourselves, but we don't mind dealing with the issues that come from outsiders. I want to deal with the issues that come from outsiders, but I also want to deal with the ones we inflict on ourselves. And I don't want to talk about the military and how it benefits you, because guess what? It benefits everybody for a black family to be successful and to end up, building a home, being an asset to their community. Even if they say, look,
Brother, y'all didn't even win none of them wars.
I'll say this too. Even if a woman say, look, I'm gonna go in there and be a stripper, and she strip and make a bunch of money, and she build daycares and goddamn parks, and she give out stuff, people will thank her and say, yeah, she stripped, but she's an asset to her community. She's taking the money and she's actually doing a positive for it. It's just degrading herself how she get it or whatever, or boom. I'm making an example. That ain't the military. A person joining the military is doing what they told, like an ICE agent. And an ICE agent ain't doing nothing to benefit you. If you just so happen to benefit from what the military doing or what ICE doing, so be it. But they ain't trying to do nothing to benefit you. So you're aligning yourself with them and attacking a black person in the military by saying that black person ain't benefiting me, even though you got the damn illusion of inclusion. You think that this white ICE agent literally doing something to benefit you when that young black man just trying to get out the fucking hood, and you against him, and you for this white damn ICE agent who hung your folks, who his bloodline go back to the people that raped and robbed your ancestor. You want to be his friend because he benefiting you, even though it ain't even his aim to benefit you. And you got smoke for the young black man that went to the military, even though they just trying to feed themselves and get out the hood. You look at them like the traitor, and you rather kick it with the white ICE agent over them. Y'all goofy to me. You're goofy to me, bro.
Can I add some numbers to the bill too? I think he left. Oh, there he is. He's back on. Just by the numbers as of 2025, it's roughly about 68 million Hispanics that's living in the U.S. and only about 52 blacks that's living in the U.S. But only 9 million of those Hispanics are only 9 of those Hispanics are actually illegal. So we still basically outnumbered. You know what I mean? So I mean,
let me clarify. You're saying that as I speak right now, black people outnumber these groups, and that Pan Mulatto is wrong? Because I was asking him for any kind of references or sources.
No, he said the opposite, brother.
I'm just clarifying. Yeah, he can clarify.
Yeah. So we either way, if they was to eliminate all the illegal immigrants, we would still be outnumbered.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. So, and my whole thing is this: I'm not against Pan Mulatto or you. What I just pointed out is very clear. The whole show, people are trying to make it like I'm against ICE. They're mad at me for not being for ICE, and they saying, "But when you in the military?" And I wasn't even for the military then. I was just for myself. Niggas can't understand how a nigga can be in a hood and join the Air Force and not be patriotic, bro. It's just a job to me. Because check it out, when I was in the military, nigga, it was selfish. It was all about what job do I want to work? We got the Walmart, we got security, I was looking around my environment at 19 years old saying, what is around me that's making money? And the recruiter was talking about these sign-on bonus, and I was thinking about me. So guess what, bro? Like, I don't understand like how that even tie into the fact that I didn't need support though from nobody. Like my whole thing bro, you keep cutting me off. But I'll let you go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
It'll be brief because you brought up the other issues within the Black American community, particularly drug dealers, but I also brought up human traffickers. My question is, because you said we need to address these other issues, what have you done about the drug dealers and the human traffickers in your own community?
Got you. So check this out, y'all. I've been doing what I'm doing now for 10 years, and I had several brothers come to me and say, Sanchez, I gave the streets up, man. I'm riding for the ancestors. I can show you testimonies on my wall. Got a young brother that died. He was in a gang. He ended up becoming into what we call consciousness or awakening. But his past life caught up to him, even though he had changed, which was unfortunate. Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace to Marty Bo, the rebel. If I say it right now in the chat room, because I'm 40 years old, and it's my following been around, they loyal. I got brothers that's been following me, and they for over 10 years. Some of them started watching me in high school. And if I did a chat check right now, we'll see, right, my relevancy, not only online, but in my own community. Like, a lot of people that follow me are from Alabama. They from my state. They said, man, you inspired me to see, bro, ain't shit out here, and that a nigga can be interested in other shit other than the typical football, basketball. What I do is syncretism. Now, the thing about...
But why you didn't call the police?
Hold on. I did. I've called the police before, but it wasn't on drug dealers. It was like on niggas beating on their women and shit. The reason I didn't call the police on drug dealers is because I don't call them on ICE either. Like, you holding me to your standard, bro. I never called the police on drug dealers, but I never called the police on immigrants. I'm saying it's hypocritical to say I care about the community and to see the block getting shot up every fucking day with kids dying and only call the police on the damn Mexican who trying to get a job. So what I was saying was, it don't matter if I call the police or not, nigga. You the one said you called the police, not me. See how you trying to shift the burden of proof? Dude is a real agent, bro. Because check it out, right? If I call the police on a drug dealer, you can say, but have you ever called the police on a Mexican, but you called it on a black man? But guess what? You can't do that with me, because I ain't never called ICE on a Mexican, and I never called the police on a man other than the man during domestic violence when I was young, putting his hand on my mother. I didn't want to say that, but when you ask me, have I ever called the police? Yes. Now, I got you, dude. I was a little bitty boy. Niggas is putting their hand on my mama. Now, I didn't want to put my mama business out for this fucking clown. But see, that's what the reason I'm calling him a clown, because he's off topic, y'all. And he making it about me and the military. And you see, instead of the simple point that I'm making, ICE ain't doing what they doing for black people. If you know that, then why would you be up here defending ICE and trying to throw...
They're actually doing it more for white people than black people. This guy's a clown.
Right. And you will throw a nigga in the military under the bus and think a white ICE agent on your side. Goofy.
He's backwards. I told you he's backwards, man.
That dude just came in
I'm
to
glad
argue
y'all
with you,
pointed that out,
Sanchez.
Sanchez. You on it. Glad you pointed out.
That dude was just in a contest with you. He was trying to trigger you. He wasn't trying to really add anything to the discussion.
You can't trigger me
no more. It was all
more.
about attacking you, man. That dude just tried to attack you. This whole
Right.
thing, he got
why,
everything off track.
Right, Sun Tzu. And that's why I'm muting him and doing. When people say, man, he won't let him talk, man, he ain't talking. He's antagonizing. And I can do it back. I can do it. I can do it back. I don't feel threatened at all. I got a mute button. Why would I feel threatened? I got a mute
Bro,
button.
Sanchez, you are giving back to the community by having this challenge and allow him.
Guess what I told this man? I said, I don't want to get into a dick matching competition with you. I told him that 30 minutes ago, because I don't know you. You don't know me. You see, if you can't show up,
you haven't done what I did.
If you can't, I don't believe you done what you did. I think you're a damn internet liar that never showed your face.
Oh, snap.
Real talk. I think you capping. Let me tell you something. Listen, hold up. If a nigga done any of the shit he said he done, he'll be on here receipts. He'll say, share my screen. Look at me doing this and doing that. This nigga never showed his face online. I don't even think he's a real person. I think he's capping. I don't believe none you said you did, nigga. I don't got no way to prove it. You think that I'm one of them niggas that just believe everything a nigga tell me on a Zoom call, Pan Mulatto, especially if the nigga won't show his identity and you telling me you in the community. Most community activists got them a frontal face shot like mine. They're professional. You can go to their fucking channel and you can see their content of them in a community. I go to your channel and and you probably ain't
Yeah,
doing
you just
shit
go to
but
my page.
gossiping.
Mulattoism. Just go to my page.
And what we gonna see? You on a phone calling ICE all day? Hey, here go a nigga. You didn't get this one. You forgot one. That's you ain't done. So you sitting back. Think about this. Think about this. You're sitting back calling the police on niggas. You calling to get the sex traffickers out. You calling to get immigrants out. All of these agencies are part of the DOD. I work for the DOD. So I was with the people, meaning I would have had to show up to one of your callings. And you asking me what I done. You think you done more than a nigga that worked for the DOD just by you sitting on your ass calling the DOD all day. You silly. You silly. How did the military benefit me? Nigga, that mean that any form of military, bro, you ain't done nothing. The people that showed up did it. This nigga really think he did something by sitting on the phone calling the police, but he ain't calling it on the dope dealers. And he said, I'm not calling it on the dope dealers. So he did more than me when neither one of us called it on the dope dealers. I work for the DOD. He's a DOD bugaboo, and he did more than me.
He get paid a lot for every immigrant that he turns in.
This is fun. Like,
528 cash, man. He getting paid, man. He getting paid.
And you know, when I brought up, it was never to help his argument. It was just the fact to just say, like, you know,
it didn't happen.
For him to take, but even if they was to take those illegal immigrants out, we are still outnumbered. Jobs are still being taken. They still in our communities and whatever. So I mean, it's really not helping. Calling, and he said he called and got 500 immigrants out. I don't even believe that.
And let me just say, shout out to Goonho. Appreciate you so much, man. That's a big donation, bro. He said, I'm an immigrant. Can a FBA match my 100? Talk is cheap, black folks. Oh, shit. God damn. Oh, shit. Hey, Goonho, you wrong for that. Damn. Listen. Goonho. Hold up. That's crazy. That you could have sent the 50. Why you doing like that? It's hard times, nigga. You immigrants got the bag, nigga, apparently. Goonho said, I'm an immigrant. Can a FBA match my 100? Talk is cheap, black folks. Damn. Now, I want to say, man, appreciate the brother Goonho because he's been supporting for a while.
Muchos gracias.
That's crazy. But listen, man, the thing about the show gets boring once it gets into like a bickering between me and him. I really want the show to get on with this FBA and ICE thing. So I'm going to pass to someone else so we can get back on topic because it's getting too kind of childish a little bit. And it's off. It's more about me and all that. I really want to, and that's might be deflection. But let's go. Was as above, so below next? Was you?
I wasn't on the FBA, but I was going somewhere else. I wanted to touch on something that Faith said earlier, but I had two things I wanted to talk about, but I'm gonna just pass the mic. But as far as like the Zionist thing goes, because I did want to touch on that topic, and you know the fight with Israel and Iran and all of that, and you know speaking about Zionism, right? Because that's really like establishing a homeland for Jewish people. So I'm asking, like, do you think that this war that's going on now is to increase the land for and take over Iran and increase this land for the Jews in Israel, or what's going on? What do you think?
Yeah, the Bible got it all written out. And that's why they make the president swear in on the Bible. Because what's written in the Bible is that these people are going to build a kingdom of Zion on earth. And that's why everybody looking at everything play out and they say, man, the Bible undefeated, prophecy being fulfilled. Nope. The Bible is the script for the world stage. They're acting it out intentionally, because Israel's fate is written in it. The Bible is literally the alternative historical timeline that they thrusted us onto when the Roman Empire took over. And they deleted the real history of Tartaria, and they started everyone off with, in the beginning, Adam and Eve. Right? And people really believe that. All these people around the world in these churches and religions, they believe a bogus history that start with Adam and Eve in a garden and a talking snake. And that story ends with Israel ruling the world. So people are just consenting. They're Zionists and they don't even know it. They're consenting to this whole thing out of ignorance.
Like when you consented to join the military. I get it.
Right. When I was 18, 19 years old, I got up out the hood. I ain't want to join a gang. So guess what? I went overseas. ISIS is a gang too. But think about what he doing, y'all. I'm trying to let him on, but he's so fascinated with me. He can't stop talking about me. Y'all don't think that's weird on a panel? Let's roast this nigga, panel. Ask this nigga why he's so obsessed with me.
You should be flattered. Be flattered, bro.
Everything out this weirdo mouth is you, when you. Bro, why you obsessed with me, ain't you? You obsessed when I was 18 and decided I wanted to better my life and see the world and get paid and get that sign-on bonus. Listen, pan-mulattoism cannot talk without talking about me. He's fascinated. He's infatuated. When you join the military, when you everything out of, and he mad at me for being fascinated. He's mad at me for being fascinated with his white zaddy. Now he's fascinated with ICE, y'all. He call him every day. He's fascinated with ICE, right? He's fascinated with this white agency. And he mad at me for being fascinated with a white man, but he fascinated with ICE. I can't be fascinated with your white zaddy. He's jealous. It's gay. Why you fascinated with the white man, Sanchez? I'm the only one that can be fascinated with the white man. I'm the only one that can be fascinated with the white man, Sanchez. I'm jealous. You know what the type of weirdo is this? This man really mad at me because I was fascinated with the listen to now he talking gay stuff. You gotta go. You gotta go now, bro. Hey, bro.
To get up here and
I knew
you.
Hey, bro. I knew you swung that way, pan-mulattoism. All these men up here, and you had to be the first one talking about spread some butt cheeks. Why that's on your mind? Why you thinking about butt cheeks spreading, you gay weirdo? All these men up here.
The way you say butt cheeks.
And that's what's on his mind. This dude is a damn reprobate. He's a mischievous. No wonder he don't show himself. You know he got holes in his socks.
People kicked out, and I did all this and all that, and then he wants to attack you. Like this dude is like obsessed with you for real.
Now he got butt cheeks on his mind. What a weirdo.
Israel already has the land everybody wants, man. All three religions want that same piece of land. They want that mountain.
You take showers with men.
I told you. Look at that. Look, he can't stop. Let's let him go, man. Let's let him go.
I truly think he just doesn't like that you don't agree with his stance.
But he listen, he loved those white ICE agents, but look at the hate he got toward a young black man that just left the hood to go get in the Army or the Air Force. But he's saying, I want you to go join ICE, though, but he didn't join ICE. He sit back all, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's like the way he keeps coming back and shit, like back and forth and trying to like get in? Do you think that's the white in him?
That's no, that's the bitch in him right there. That's the bitch in him because you too obsessed.
Is not an FBA.
Yeah. Not if he mulatto.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
I'm mulatto.
He's not FBA. He's a mulatto.
Basically,
is one of his parents black?
Yeah, he's a Mitch Negro, causing division.
No, both my parents.
No, you Mitch, you tether, shut up.
Yeah, mulatto means mixed.
You a lie, but ain't you a both parent black lie? I'ma mute you. You a doggone lie. You mixed. You barbarian.
So any black person that has the
he's Mitch Neanderthal.
My parents.
Shut up, Mitch Tether.
So any black person that has an interracial child, child is not a black anymore?
He's not, because he's coming among our people, seeding division, and he's mixed. That's what he's doing.
That's a good question, Faith, because that goes back to when you was talking about ethnogenesis, right? And I wanted to ask this: if every mixed person in the United States right now all came together and just wanted to have sex with other mixed people, let's just say black and white, and if every mixed person have another child with another mixed person, and a few generations down the line, is that like more of in the range of ethnogenesis?
Yeah, I would
We,
say.
I think that we shouldn't like. If you mix, you really shouldn't be among our people seeing seeds of division like that. We trying to
He just,
unite, man.
bro, he just said both his parents are mulatto, so
Because
he
I
ain't even
don't
like
have a
nothing.
problem with
Yeah.
mixed people, but when mixed people coming around and they won't show their face and they seeing chaos, that's some agent
You
type
being
stuff, bro.
sassy. It's all right.
No, see what I'm
He's a
saying?
whole new species.
Bro, you're not fully black. I'm just saying,
You're being
relax though. You stop being so strong with your
why you
energy. All of you mulattoes love to be overdo it. Like you got to prove your black side to us.
Hold on,
It's
Sanchez.
because he's Mitch, right? He got to go extra hard on his nigga side, bro, and it make us look
I'm not
ratchet. It make
No,
us
this
You're
is
you're
making
Mitch.
Kevin.
it
This is
You're
harder for
Mitch.
the
Kevin's
Yeah.
rest of
side. This is
everybody else
Kevin's
that is
side.
mixed.
My mother's white, my father's black.
Yeah, he making Mitch people look bad with all the insult, cause it make your Mitchness stand out when you start really trying to attack a real black man that ain't Mitch.
Now I
It's like you
understand why
almost
he
attacking
saying
the side
everything
that
he
you
was
hate.
saying.
Yeah, you attacking the side you hate. Facts.
Yeah,
That's
bro, Sanchez is full
damn. That's
blood. He's
deep.
full blooded.
Ooh, that's deep right there,
And,
boy.
and,
That's
and,
No,
and,
that's a fact.
that's
That's a fact.
mulatto
And I'm a
psychology. Facts.
mulatto, so believe me.
and
Damn, I
brother
fucks with
Sanchez,
Sun Tzu. Yeah,
mulatto acts like immigration is the only problem that America has. We have bad water, we have bad food, we have so many issues. But he want to key in on that one, and not only your story is basically my story. We forget that during the '70s and the '80s, a lot of jobs that was in the United States they shipped overseas, which made it like 1,000 jobs to maybe 100,000 people, and they've been doing that since the '70s and the '80s consistently, taking out jobs out of neighborhoods and sending them overseas, and the people that's fighting it, that's in the neighborhoods got to fight for those jobs. And your story is my story. I went to the military because of addiction and a lack of jobs, and I wanted a way to feed myself and be a man and learn how to be a man. And that's why I went in the military. Lack of
there you
jobs.
go.
I didn't want to go to jail. I had a choice between jail and military. I
Now,
chose the military.
now, Leo, this what I want you to
Yes,
do
sir.
right now, Leo. When you got out the military and you got the bag, how did you help your community? Go into all the things you've done, land, all that in your community versus,
Yes, sir,
yeah,
bro.
uh-huh.
When I got out of the military, I got into real estate. I started, renting properties through Section 8 and different other organizations. So I gave back that way. I made sure the
We had
guys in my
affordable
neighborhood,
housing, right?
yes, sir. And I also made sure the guys in my neighborhood worked for me first. So I also employed my neighborhood. You know
There
what I
we
mean?
go.
But it's a
I
lot of things
respect that.
that I did. You know,
I respect you for
but
that.
the biggest thing that I'm saying is that they took the jobs out of our community and forced a lot of our people to go in the military. And that's just the start. In mulatto, you just act like immigration is America's only problem. We got a lot of other problems other than immigration.
No,
And
I agree with you on that.
you seem like you're focusing on that, and you want to
Hey,
put us negative because we joined the military. But some of us went to college, some of us went, did
I
different
respect
things, and we all
and I
pay
feel it.
taxes. Hold on, sir. We all
Mulatto.
pay taxes, so we all paying into the system. So just don't focus on the immigrants. There's
Yeah, I'm
a
not
lot of
attacking
other
you,
issues:
Philly.
bad
The man you
Mulatto.
just
water,
spoke.
food, GMOs,
Exactly, Philly.
chemtrails, and I'm gonna land right
And
there.
look, you
But
know I'm not attacking you for that. I'm just asking. And
you ain't attacking me at
bro,
all, sir. But go ahead. I'm gonna
exactly.
mute
So
up.
my point, yeah, it'll be brief. And this not just to you, OG Philly. This is a brother Sanchez, anyone on the panel. Did you have to become a white? Did you have to become a man by working for the white man? That's all I'm asking.
I want to answer that. I'm gonna say that when we say becoming a man, that means when you able to take care and give back to your community. That's what being a man is. When you mature enough to know I may have to do something I don't want to do to provide for my community. And what I'm saying is, yes, joining the military when you 18 years old, when all of your friends getting hotel rooms every night, living it up, they getting the bag, life looking fun, and being a young man and say, you know what, maybe I don't want to go there. That take a lot in these communities with peer pressure, and I gotta commend a young man doing that. Fuck that. Let me clap it up right now. One goddamn time. What the hell?
And
that don't get enough respect.
When I said, being a man, it was basically getting out of my mother house and learning how to take care of myself and pay bills and be responsible and be a father.
And now look, Leo, guess what?
So it don't just come with just what I said. Go ahead,
but look, you would have did the same thing had you worked for Walmart, Ford, but you just decided to go to the military. That's it.
Bruh Sanchez, real quick, like they basically took out the mom and pop stores. So us employing people, we can, but mainly the people that's employing people are big corporations, and I hate to say it, white people, because they took away the mom and pop stores that we had in our neighborhoods that was creating generational wealth and passing down to the next generation. You see what I'm saying? They took all of that out when they started implementing Kmart's, Walmart's, these Kroger's and all that other stuff.
And OG Leo, ahead, I want to make this clear. When I joined the military, they told me I was defending y'all Americans. I'm smart enough to know that I was just defending corporate and Zionist interests, right?
Fact,
now check this out, right?
I do, yes, sir.
Now, and I just know that it was just a job, just like anyone, being a fire department, medical, whatever, right? That's all it is. Now, here's the thing right here. I'm smart enough to know that, and I was in the military. So when I look at the ICE agents, I know it's the same for them too. Ain't nobody signing up for ICE because they want to really make America great. They're doing that because it's a lot of money in doing dangerous jobs. You get bonuses and stuff like that. That's why I went to the infantry, because when you sign, you get a bonus. Just more dangerous it is. And I'm thinking, hey, I'm in the hood anyway. I'm already in a war zone, nigga. Boo, 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 boo. Shit, hey, sign me up. I ain't the same shit, right? But check this out, right? Real talk. A person that think ICE is doing what they doing because they're defending Americans and all that, that's what I'm saying. No person signing up for... I'm going to tell you something what I learned about America when I did join the military. When I was in Korea, I noticed that people literally join their military because they love their country. Right? In a lot of these countries, people literally are true patriots. They love their country. And I got to, you know how I know that? More is required of them and they get little pay and they join up. Now, in our military, they damn near got to sit there with the recruiter like a record deal, like, well, I'll give you 5,000, 10,000. So it ain't really patriotic, it's capitalistic. It's like you're buying people, right? But the thing is, not a lot of people in the military are there just because they patriotic. Most of them are from low income areas, and I know it, you know, so the whole thing is in America is different. People don't sign up for this shit due to, I love this country. Really, it's a lot of money in these departments. And if you don't mind doing it, then there you go. So I'm just keeping it real. These people working for, even a policeman, a street cop, right? People are really there with they're capitalists first, Americans second. You know, let's keep it real. People want to feed their family. They want to do less, get the most, right? And that's true for police and all that, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth. So my argument here is, you got ex-military people telling you fuck the system. I was in the military and ain't nobody doing this shit for patriotism, and you will argue with them and still support ICE, even though I'm telling y'all, a person in the military don't care whether you support them or not. They got higher ups that tell them what to do. So you can call in every day and complain to the military base, but you're not a sergeant. So a person may think, well, my cause is help getting folks locked up. You right, but check this out though. They want to lock them up. That's all I'm saying. And then a lot of these folks just lazy. That's my point. It ain't like they don't want to do it. That's why they responding to the calls. Thank you. You feel me? They get. So at the same time, I was saying, look, we're basically working with the government, the DOD and the police to get immigrants out. Where do we draw the line at? Are we going to keep working with different agencies to clean up the community, like the street cops who's been begging for us to work with them for years, right? And stuff like that. And people are like, nah, fuck that. We going to let the gangs and shit keep tearing up the hood. And we worried about illegal immigrants, but the property value go down with all this crime and drugs that we ignore. The reason they're illegal, you know, the reason they kick the can and put those illegal immigrants in the hood is because the property value is the lowest there. So think about it. Think about what the real problem is. Whenever they want illegal immigrants, they gonna put them in the hood because they gonna put them next to the shooting, the drugs, and all that. My bad, Randy.
Hey, my bad. I just got a quick question. So, like, you know, like the protesters, right? People that's protesting for immigrants and stuff like that. You think that they all like really protesting, or you think they paid protesters, or you think some, you think half and half? What do you think?
I said we gotta take everything we see on the idiot box with a grain of salt, for real.
Nah,
and
but you know, it just like you think some of the protesters is being paid, or you think?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Most
All right,
protester nowadays is being paid. It's organizations that arrange it and shit.
All right, so look, now you got to look at who's paying them, right? So who's paying on the protests, right? Who you think is paying on the protests?
I know this is all coming down through certain third-party companies that's affiliated with like political groups. They doing it to put narratives out there where they can go put the narrative on the big screen, and we think that it's a big thing when it's sort of staged and narrated through a company.
See, I think it has a lot to do with China. You ask me, they the ones that disrupting a lot of stuff, bro, that America got going on. Look, China is the superpower. We the only people in their way that's from them running the world. They damn near supply the whole world with everything. So what do you think their agenda is?
I would say, you know, what we learned from Black Lives Matter, George Soros and a lot of them billionaires was funding that movement. And it all came out in the wash later. But yeah, some of these billionaires that, you know.
Do you think you think it's the same people funding them? You think it still got to do with George Soros and
Yes,
all
sir.
them?
Yes, sir. It ain't like he went anywhere. He just got a little older.
And who you think George Soros working for? See, it's a big old agenda. It's a big old agenda behind this.
You know what I'm more concerned with though, for real, Randy?
Yeah.
Do you think FBA is being sort of controlled on the low by somebody or some part or some? Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
I think it's a little confusion on a lot of things that's going on, and people are not on the right page. There's a lot of people that believe in certain things that other people don't believe in. You know, like I said, I believe China's behind all this shit, bro. They were behind the COVID-19. They've been trying their hardest to knock us on our feet for the past, ever since Trump got into the office the very first time.
Yeah, you got to understand all these countries working together. The world is a stage.
Now,
You got to think too,
Talk
'cause
about,
but
I mean,
but
on a
but 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 who you think? Look, you have BRICS, right? They were all teaming up to go against the dollar. So you gotta look at all that, bro. China's been doing this. They've been trying to. All this right here is just
All this
paid.
shit has
It's
been
paid. Like,
orchestrated through the UN. All the countries you naming belong to the UN. You don't
yeah,
see
but
the
look.
conflict of interest in that? Think about this, right?
So look,
Let's talk. Hold on. Let me give you an example. I'm going to land quick. Let's talk wrestling for a minute. All right. If you watching the WCW, you got all of these wrestlers fighting each other, drop kicking each other. But guess what? All orchestrated by the WCW. Now, let's put this on the world stage. The UN is the WCW. Every country you see on the stage, they're acting out a script to ultimately get the world richest families agenda manifested in all of these lands. And each of these lands that's under the UN, we dealing with fiat governments that ain't the true source of power. So why we should be talking about private families versus vague statements like China did this. How do you go? So what does that look like? That look like, okay, let's send the American military to war against China, and they would love to do that.
China not about to do that. They using Iran as they not about to go.
You're believing the world stage is what I'm saying. But
I ain't believing nothing. I'm just telling you what I see. Like I told you from the beginning, everybody believe what they believe, and that's why everybody's off track. So I told you what I believe. I believe it's them doing it, and I believe that they've been doing it, bro. Like you can look.
don't think all of them band together?
I think they banding together because look.
Well, you can put it on one person. You can't put it on one.
Look, the way I see it, they been trying to take down America. America is the only thing that's in China's way from them running the world. You hear what I'm saying? We the only people that's in their way from them running the world. So what do you think they're trying to do?
Think about this, what you're saying. Now, this is chess. We all know this. This is a stage. This is a thing being played out. Who owes China all the money in the world? We do. Why would they collapse us? Why would they take us down? They receive nothing. That's the game of this. We are more friends with China than enemies. We are more friends with Russia than enemies.
Everything over here made in China. Yeah.
It's facts. All right, you know what I'm saying?
So
go ahead.
So why did Trump go after their oil source?
Let's Duke of Memphis talk. Because you asking questions about shit happening on the stage instead of asking, is it a stage? It's like
we all know it's a stage, right?
So then
we ain't got
hold up. Once we say, listen, bro, once we agree the world is a stage, we don't gotta ask why a puppet doing what it's doing because it got strings on its back. Now, the next question need to be, now that we know why the puppets are moving on the stage because something controlling them, we need to be trying to investigate what that something is controlling the puppets on the stage versus saying, look at what that puppet did right there. Ooh, look at what that puppet did right there.
Hey, that was my whole point of asking you about the protesters, because they the puppets, right? They the small puppets.
I don't like to talk about puppets. I like to talk about where do the strings lead to.
All right, so that's what I brought up. I said, who you think is paying them? That was my whole point. Who you think is paying them? And y'all didn't say nothing.
Listen, bro, because guess what? It don't matter who paying a protester, because guess what? All of these protests are carried out by these little bogus agencies that control them. And listen, it don't matter about the protest. It matters about why do the people that's controlling these puppets want us to conversate and be distracted with this protest? What they get out of it? It's something they want from me, and I don't know what it is, but they ain't doing this for nothing. I always say to myself, when I see something on the stage, what are they trying to do to me with this?
All right, so what? Why did China let out the COVID-19 then? What do you think their plan was?
I don't
with that?
believe China did that. I believe that was the World Economic Forum when you research it. When you
But
research
it came from China though.
Okay, that's because let me explain something to him real quick. When private families are practicing biological warfare on you, they ain't gonna say who it came from. You do know that. Like, I ain't gonna insult your intelligence, but you do know that that's why they have a world stage, so that they can exercise their agenda through the puppets like China, so that we don't say China ain't do shit. The person who controlling the puppet doing it. I don't know if you tripping. Like, if I got a puppet on my hand called Barney, and you keep saying, why is Barney doing that, while admitting that it ain't no damn Barney, it's me controlling a doll, you're tripping. So I don't want to talk about China. What I was saying, because we know China don't exist. China's just a puppet. So the rich people that run the world want to pause in the whole world, even Chinese people. The rich people in China didn't get sick. All of the motherfucking small businesses, this happened everywhere. This ain't just an agenda China got against America. This was humanity being attacked by the UN. And they want you to think, oh, China's attacking America. Then why did every fucking body suffer during the pandemic?
Nah, I didn't say they attacked America on that one. I said they run the world, bro. They can do it. They run the world, bro. They got
the most richest families run the world, and they got all these countries and they leaders in their pocket. So these leaders in China and that don't run shit. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, DuPont, BlackRock. Let's talk about the other end of the strings. You keep talking about the puppets on the stage, man.
See, but y'all, you moving past. You not even talking about the middleman puppets.
You're talking about protesters, bro.
You say, look, you say Rothschild. Yeah, everybody know them. Like, everybody knows.
So then why would you talk? So think about it. If you knew the plug, why would you be talking about the workers? That's silly.
Because it's affecting the work. That's why. It's the middleman.
But listen, you can talk about the workers all you want. They just doing what they told, man. You got to talk about the other end of the strings. Why would I get mad at a puppet versus the hand that's controlling it? I'm not gonna do what Randy doing. That's crazy, bro.
Randy.
So who the puppet? Who's the puppet master? Who's the puppet master?
Now we get some that. There you go, Randy. That's where you want to be.
There you go. Cause
I'm asking y'all.
I just gave you a bunch of them. No, China is a puppet though. That's what I'm telling you. When you say China, you ain't giving me, you're still giving me a nation that's owned by the UN. But you don't realize private families own the UN and every country under it. So you're not tracing the strings back to the source. What you're doing, you're hopping up on stage, pointing at China, saying, here go the puppet master. And I'm like, bro, you got to follow the strings up there to get to the puppet master. You still on the stage. China and all these countries are entities on the stage using our children to go fight in wars, but the rich people in them countries ain't fight. Even in China, if China go to war with America right now, it's just gonna be poor Chinese killing poor Americans while the rich people sip tea together and they know it's all a fucking stage and it's just carrying out one big agenda they all know, but we don't. They tell you, you fighting for liberty, when really you fighting to reset some shit. You fighting because they got to decrease the population and do some old sinister shit.
Nuclear power is not go to war.
So look, so y'all do know, right? So I'm going to just get more domestically, right? I'm going to get more in the country. So y'all do know this is a little bullshit. Look, I'm just going to go shallow now. So like,
shallow.
You know, like the Democrats, right?
Oh, that's too shallow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go a little shallow. So, all right, so like the Democrats, all right, you don't need an ID to vote, blah, blah, blah. All right.
You know what you just said? I'm going to take y'all Navy divers to the kiddie pool. And you think we finna have fun with this, Randy? Let's see.
Nah, it just, to think about it, look, you don't need an ID to vote, right? But all right, you don't need an ID to vote, and they want to give every legal health care. Who you think is behind that? You think, all right, they gotta be multiple puppet masters then. Because you got
Yes, it
two
is, man.
different strings getting pulled around here. Cause you
You
got Trump
you
going
getting it
against
now?
you got Trump who's going against what these guys want, and they clashing. They not agreeing with what they not on the
Can
same.
I ask you a question? Do
Yeah,
wrestlers fight each other in the ring?
yeah,
But don't both of the wrestlers get they check from WWF or WCW?
yeah. But this ain't the way I see it. This ain't like that. This is like
Okay, let me
WCW and
explain. No,
WWF.
let me explain
Same.
something to you,
Two
bro.
different
Let me
leagues.
explain something to you, bro. You see it wrong. Just listen a minute. The Democrats and Republicans are owned by the small hats. That's why there will be no other political party to ever get power in this country. And the Democrats and Republican are two wings of the same bird. Who own the bird? Because the wings gonna fly where both wings get to the same destination. So the Democrats and Republicans will be like the Wolfpack NWO versus Hulk Hogan and them. And remember the NWO days when they had the two NWOs fighting each other, different groups? It was all under one WCW, one WWF. These ain't two different organizations in a legitimate fight. It's a stage because it's orchestrated by the same entity and all parties are getting paid by one entity. That's the Jews. That's the Zionists. They have bought both parties, bro. It don't matter which one you vote for, their will is gonna get manifested. People gonna say when they vote for the Democrats, man, we was let down. And look at what people saying when they put Trump up there. What did Trump do? Sell us out to Israel. When are we gonna wake up and see who's in charge here? And that it's the small hats and quit asking these silly damn questions, man. Respectfully though.
Yeah. So even though, listen, so here's the problem with that, man. Even though they're in charge, who would you rather go with? The people in charge or the sand people who are like savages and destroy the world? All they care about is terror.
They say if you want to know who's in power, look at the people you can't criticize. I can talk shit about the Democrats and Republicans all day, but I can't talk shit about the people that's got America going to World War III right now. And y'all playing games, man. Like, come on, man.
No, Islam has
but it would be helpful if we discuss ways that Black Americans could become more powerful than the puppet masters.
Man, you got to become more black first.
And I'm gonna tell you, how Black Americans can become more powerful right now. Take advantage of opportunities in these government agencies if you want to change things. Don't talk about police beat niggas up in the alley. Join the force. Infiltrate these departments, because look, you got a bunch of people policing y'all that ain't from your community. So you got to get up in there like the Tether's doing, power in numbers. And when we saturate all these departments, instead of saying, let's just be dope boys, gangsters, and rappers and all that, while lead the other shit to other people, let's lead the ice work to the white man and get these folks out of our community while we chase basketballs and shit and ridicule niggas who work for the government and be police. That's what I was saying. If we want to start with this conversation, we can start there by saying, let's put a spirit out there to Black men that there's nothing wrong with you working with the DOD, and I ain't the one to tell you who to sign up for. You sign up for the one offer you the biggest check, because you being successful getting the bag gonna help build up the community, like OG Leo just said he did when he joined and got out.
And actually, I agree with you. I agree with you on that part. That's why.
Pan, I got a question.
Let me say. I'm gonna answer your question. Let me say one sentence, please. That's why I suggested that Black Americans join ICE. But yeah, what's your question, brother?
My question is, I asked this question a couple of weeks ago on this panel. Will any of these organizations or any of these systems ever create equality amongst all the people that are here?
Thank you, Farmer John.
In my estimation, no. I think equality is actually a myth. But I think that if Black Americans can increase their numbers in the U.S., they can gain more power in the U.S. But if Black Americans keep turning a blind eye to mass immigration, you'll become less powerful and less powerful, as we are already seeing.
So how could you infiltrate the system that's already built or designed to create division? How could you make that better for the people that are,
Well, Duke of Memphis, could I just say one thing real quick, right? I think that if we're really concerned with mass immigration, we will literally start promoting a new attitude in the black man as far as how he look at law enforcement agencies. And you can't just do that with ICE, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this, right? We will say the police in our community don't do enough because it ain't a rich neighborhood. I hear that argument a lot. People will say the police don't, they just show up to clean the bodies up, but in the rich neighborhood, they don't do that. Well, if we know that we getting low quality services because our people ain't in these agencies, whether it's ICE, people, the brother said he got to call up ICE every day, Pan Mulatto said. In a rich neighborhood, I bet they don't got to do that in a rich neighborhood. I'm agreeing with him because as soon as they see one person looking like they homeless or an illegal immigrant, they get you up out that rich neighborhood quick. Them rich folks ain't having that, man. So it lets me know it's just a shortage of us in all of these areas. Think about it. Even if it's a shortage of us in the medical field, then if there's a bunch of white folks taking care of our people, they might let you die. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to put color on it. I'm just saying you can't, if our concern is getting black people to join ICE, I'm saying, listen, there's rumors that more black people need to become doctors because black women die the most during abortions too. I'm saying all of these things where we're lacking the services, we should address it. And I'm with the ICE too, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. We're underrepresented. Well, not we, Black Americans, because I'm a mulatto, of course. But Black Americans are underrepresented in a lot of these different agencies. So it's true. And once again, if Black Americans continue to turn a blind eye to mass immigration, you will be ruled over by the ethnicities that outnumber you, which is the whites and the Latinos right now. But Asians are even surpassing you. So the choice is yours, respectfully.
Well, my thing about ICE, Pan, is over the years we've allowed immigrants to come over. I don't know how they got over here, but they got through our borders some kind of way, and we really didn't have anything to do with it. And just like I like to ask the panel, what has an immigrant really has they been an effect of you not rising somewhere in life, or have they been a burden to you, as far as an immigrant is concerned? But they got over here some kind of, the government is letting them come in, and then they'll create ICE to get them out of here. It's like a stage type thing that we've been talking about the whole night, and I'll fall back on that.
I mean, I actually agree with you that it was the U.S. government that facilitated the overpopulation of immigrants and Black American communities. I actually agree with you on that. What we have to also acknowledge is that Black Americans were also complicit by not only voting Democrat, but also turning a blind eye as the politicians in majority Black cities created a sanctuary status for immigrants to come into these Black American communities and have a de facto immunity. So while Black Americans are being mass incarcerated in DC, Baltimore, Philly, etc., illegal aliens in these same cities are receiving a protected status. And Black Americans, the majority of Black Americans have turned a blind eye to this. So if you ask my honest opinion, I really believe that Black Americans are cooked, and really Latinos will double and triple and quadruple your population in the US, and you may be a permanent underclass.
Can I
As much
ask you
as
a
we talk on
question?
this panel. Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
How many illegal immigrants did the Republicans deport in the past 10 years? Let's see.
Actually, that's a good question. I don't have the figure in front of me. Do you know?
Yeah,
Like 10 million.
so I got you. I'm
Let
looking
me
at it. I'm looking at it. I ain't even guessing with it. Let me say this real quick. So in the past, let me just say something real quick because I want y'all to read what it say. In the past decade, Republicans have deported 935,000 illegal immigrants. And in the past decade, Democrats have deported 1.5 to 2 million illegal immigrants. I keep telling people, right? Obama deported 462,000 illegal immigrants just in 1 year. Joe Biden deported 1.5 million of them from 2021 to 2024. And all Trump did from in a span of 4 years, he deported 935,000. I'm looking at a chart right now, but the point is, it's a fact when you look at the numbers that the Democrats have done way more deportations. But here go the thing though. Whatever Trump do, it look like it's better than when Obama and Biden do it. Because let's just be honest, Obama and Biden they ain't got the swagger Trump got. Like whatever Trump do, he gonna make it look big. Like it's bigger than it is. But the fact is Trump and the Republicans are not the face of deportation. That is a misnomer just because they shit get more coverage, right? Because the
Actually, that's a great point.
The Demis was what made, and I'm going to show you what the Democrats' problem is. See, when the Democrats was deporting all these illegal immigrants, they weren't really focusing on using that as a flex. They was too busy flexing for what they did for the LGBTQ community, so they didn't even get a self-props. They thought like that was a bigger flex, in my opinion, which is kind of crazy.
Man, that's a great point, actually. And really, that further proves what I was just saying. You actually just confirmed what I was just saying. That approximately 2.5 million that got deported by both parties, it's over 20 million illegal aliens in the U.S. according to some estimates, meaning the majority of illegal aliens are still in the U.S., outnumbering Black Americans when you combine them with their Latino compatriots. So that's the point I'm making, actually. Not only have Black Americans fallen from the largest minority in the U.S. to now you are number 3. With all due respect, you may be a permanent underclass in the U.S., man, if you don't fight to get, move out the ranks. Now, I'm not trying to scare you at all. I'm just assessing reality. I'm making an honest assessment,
bro.
Yeah, I'm making an honest assessment. I mean, how will you rise past number 2? How can you beat the white man? You can't even beat number 2, which is the Latinos.
I don't think we losing like that, bro. I think this is like a skip fear tactic over exaggeration type thing, bro. I just don't see it the way you see it.
Yeah, because we got
Can I ask you a question?
Well, I tell you what, let's be fair. Let's be fair. I brought Memphis up for this, right? I'm gonna let you land, and I'm gonna let Memphis. He's in a big black city. He can kind of give us a insight into like, okay, how bad are we as a people right now, and then where the problems come from.
And I'll land. It'll be less than 10 seconds. Whether you feel like you're losing or not, what is inarguable is that cities that used to be majority Black American are now majority Latino. Communities that used to be majority Black American are now majority Latino. Even in Long Beach, California, they have a little Cambodia, which is built on a former majority Black American community. Whether you feel like you're losing or not, tangibly, you are forfeiting your communities. I'll land my plane with that.
So I want to say this, right? And this is just me. We go down south, right? You see a lot of black men with landscaping companies, plumbing companies, HVAC companies. And guess what, y'all? Them niggas is hiring illegal immigrants on they shit too. Now, I know that sound crazy, but guess what you need to realize? A lot of black cities where niggas is getting the bag, Them niggas own illegal immigrants in their company, and when you get them out of there, them niggas is like, damn, I hope I can get some black men to do this work too. But I'm just saying, you do got a lot of black small businesses that have been taking advantage. I ain't saying that's good. I'm just saying we can't forget about that too. That's really true.
Even like I got a small business myself, and I got a lot of immigrants working for me. But not only that, it's like, you know, owning a home. I mean, those immigrants, man, I call them all the time, man, and they fix your shit up like you want it, man. For real. I mean, as far as the business is concerned, I go to them. So I that's why I was asking, man, where in life are they a problem for black people? Because, you know, down here, just like you said, we own our own shit down here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. As one of the panelists earlier said, what he said was true. I'm not black. I'm a mulatto. So if you as blacks feel like Latinos and Asians are not problems for you, then, you know, continue to forfeit your communities to them. It makes no difference to me. Respectfully.
Are you from America? Do you have your roots are from here, or you have roots from other countries?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Both. I'm a descendant of U.S. chattel slaves, but I also have Spanish, Filipino, Portuguese, etc., blood in me. A mixed race.
So what do you claim America or what?
Yeah,
because
sure.
like it's about the like our struggle here is kind of like different from other struggles. It's like we like, I mean, we make money with the immigrants here.
I hear what you're saying, but I just look at the adverse. The places that the immigrants come to the U.S. from, like Mexico, El Salvador, et cetera, they would never allow Black Americans to come to their countries by
They
the
ain't got
million.
nothing worth going to though. Let's really think about it, right?
So that's my
Think
point.
about this. Everybody want to get over here. You know, that's just the truth.
No, Brother Sanchez, I'm not even debating that part. What I'm saying is they would never forfeit their communities to you the way you're forfeiting your
We're
communities
not
to
forfeiting
them.
our community. Let me tell you how I know we
Well,
ain't
you're not doing
for.
nothing to stop them, brother.
Yeah, but look, well, not in this. I don't. You right. I got to speak for the South. I don't see that happening in the South a lot. It's a lot of big black power cities and boss. Like damn, man, when you go to Atlanta and Memphis and shit, damn, everybody in a damn Bentley or fucking like big, like I'm talking about. It's crazy. It's
Brother,
crazy.
New Orleans got a Latino mayor right now.
I know
Latinos,
that, but guess what? What
exactly.
I'm telling you, you got little niggas riding around New Orleans that got way more money than the mayor. And they can buy the mayor just like these rich Jews is buying these politicians.
And Brother
but they
Sanchez,
won't, though.
I know me and you. And look, me and you went back and forth, but I say this with love, brother. If you don't see the writing on the walls,
I do.
I cannot convince you,
bro. I don't know why you think I don't see it. I'm telling you this, bro. It ain't really the fact that New Orleans got a foreign person in power. It's the fact that we don't control these puppets on the stage. We got a lot of money in these communities and we spend it on luxury and all that, but we don't really, like, I ain't gonna lie, these people come over here, they buy your politicians up. That's what they do.
I'm not denying that, brother Sanchez. I'm trying to have a mature conversation with you.
You don't think that's mature, what I just said?
No, I wasn't accusing you of being immature. I'm saying earlier we were going back and forth. Both of us made immature statements, but I'm just asking the simple question. Does flooding the U.S. with literally millions of different ethnicities, I won't even say any different race, I'm saying, does flooding the U.S. with millions of people of foreign backgrounds, does this lead to more majority Black American communities or less majority Black American communities?
It leads to less of them. I'm not going against you, brother. I'm with you on let's stop that. Let's close the gates up. Not too many, you know, because the problem is when the illegal process creates an influence. The reason you do it legally so we can control the population. We don't have enough systems to sustain all these people. That's even beyond black right there. In my opinion, all Americans need to be focused on this shit, like with the illegal immigrants. And then we need to be focused on Zionism too. And then we need to prioritize and have time to where we spend focus on this one, that one, and hopping back, because it's a lot of different angles we being attacked on. And I can't downplay your mission, Pan Mulatto, because you're right. Like, you gotta, my thing is, I hate to be the one to say, well, look, do the legal process, because the people in power are illegal immigrants. Technically, yes, I understand that the people in power are barbarians and buccaneers, but they're in power and we're all under them. And I just hate, me personally, it's just my ego. I don't even really like to engage in conversations where they pit us against each other when they the real enemies. But like you said, we got to get past that and just deal with the nasty situation we in. We ain't in power. These people in power. And this the situation. But I do think that I think we're more mad at the immigrants than the people who brought them here to undermine us. Because in my opinion, I think that these immigrants was allowed to undermine us for so long and get this much of a problem, like you saying, brother, because they wanted that. And now for some reason they don't want it because they got other agendas. But that's when I say we gotta also investigate the people in power, because they ain't helping us, even though it looked like it, because they waited till they got ready to get these immigrants out.
Well, actually, and I actually agree with you. See, the whites, the majority of them, regardless of party, they use the immigrants as a lever against us. They wanted the immigrants to outnumber us so that they could overpower our vote and dilute our vote and diminish our voting power. But now the majority of the whites are against immigration because they see that the immigrants are demographically surpassing the whites themselves. So that's why it's an issue to them right now. But the point is, and I want to pass the mic to the brother from Memphis because I think he wanted to jump in. The point is, Black Americans will not rise to power, and I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But if Black Americans continue to turn a blind eye to mass immigration, no, you're not going to rise to power. You will watch other groups rise to power, and that's already happening.
I don't think no Americans gonna rise to power as we go further into this Zionism agenda. Me personally, I think it's bigger than blacks not rising to power. We at the brink of World War III, but I'm gonna fall back.
Yeah, and I think it's not really the illegal immigrants are really not the problem. It's the immigrants that's legal to me. That's doing the most.
I agree.
Hell yeah, like Elon.
Yep. The one that called themselves.
Like, because we worry about immigrants moving into the hood versus immigrants moving into government positions in the federal government. Like, he brought up the mayor in New Orleans, but think about when Trump turned the government over to Elon, the South African. Think about, you got a whole nother foreign nation called Israel, whose flag is next to ours. It's like we're in a dual nation state for real. We're a double-headed dragon, and it's hard to see which land are we in. Are we in Israel or are we in America right now? Because it's hard to tell. Like, this country is acting out an agenda that benefits Israel more than Americans, and it's gonna actually take more from America. And Israel has been enriching itself, right, off of poor people dying in wars for this Zionist agenda. That's why they had to do that Marine the way that they did them. Did y'all see that video?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I feel like all
like that forever. Why?
Shout out to the sister Black Flower, man. Shout out to my sister. Salutes, welcome back.
Why have we always bent the knee to Israel, man?
That's a good question.
Always, for decades. Netanyahu's been playing this game forever. Iran's about to be enriched in 3 months, 6 months, a year. He's been saying that for 30 years.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Zoo. Like we from the Bible belt, like and they use the church for us to be on Israel's side because it just like Sanchez said, in the end, Israel's supposed to be the one, that we looking toward. You know what I'm saying? So Israel has always been like an image of something we had to guard through the church. You know what I'm saying? And that had a lot to do with why a lot of Christians and black Christians really not saying a lot about this Israeli stuff.
And that's something I was never really hip to. Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, that's true, man.
I do think that the boule is still in charge of the black people's mindset, and that they're steering us toward this Trump far-right ICE type agenda, man. I feel I'm a good filler of energy, and I feel that with FBA. And is the whole anti-immigration thing is just a front for us to sway to the right side without tangibles. Now think about what I'm saying. I'm just holding FBA to what it originally said it was about. It said, fuck the Democrats and Republicans till you give tangibles. Now, guess what? The Demis and the Republicans ain't gave us tangibles yet. Them kicking immigrants out ain't tangibles. The brother left the show, right? He can say, well, we benefit from this. We benefit from reparations. That's what we first started off asking about. So look, they're not getting the immigrants out because they doing it for you. And you will stop talking about reparations and swap that for tangibles when they was gonna do that for themselves anyway. Now we ain't talking about reparations. That's what I was saying about it. Look weird. It's like these groups galvanized us under reparations, and then now it's all about anti-immigration is what I'm saying.
I think like when we were talking about it earlier, man, long time ago, I think you talked about something was going, something was going to happen that's going to make us, or beware of somebody coming in and going to try to infiltrate, or something that's going to come in and try to turn us sideways, because we were thinking one way. And all of a sudden it's about immigration. It's about, you know what I'm saying? It's getting political now. You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, it is. But no, I'm just saying, man, like FBA is we'll say we're a lineage, right? But people will say, well, it's not a group. It's a group of people that share a lineage and the same agenda. And I don't know why we don't want it to be a group, but I think we're trying to avoid certain accountability, and we don't got to do that because we got a legitimate stance. And if we decide, hey, man, Tariq is one of the leaders of it, because on the political side, it is a political group. You're showing up as a group of people that, just like Jews, they share the same lineage, and they showing up with the same agenda for their group of people. They got a flag to represent their group. And yeah, your lineage can be a group. Both can be true. Your lineage ain't a group by itself. But once we come together with an agenda, we are grouping ourselves with a common cause.
I don't even know if you want to go here with this subject or if this is somewhat relevant, but with Israel and Jews and all that, I'll give you my angle immediately. Being Jewish, is it a race or is it a religion? What
It's
my
all
angle of it is, it's neither of those. It's a tribe. Jewish people were a tribe of people that came out of that land. If you can't trace your blood to that tribe, then you ain't Jewish. I like to see what's your angle on?
Yeah, I think the people calling themselves Jews are Jewish. They wish they was Jews. But yeah,
Okay.
the real children of God, in my opinion, are human beings. And this just me. I've done a lot of research on this stuff. The real children of God are people with an inner dialogue. They have what we call a pineal gland. They have basically you have a soul. Not everyone walking this earth, I hate to say it, have an inner dialogue. Now, people can't accept that. They can't understand the idea of why we even created the word mankind. You see what I'm saying? So they ain't ready for that. We're not mature enough. People ready for talking snakes, men walking on water and all that. But if you tell them not every human that you see walking around is the same, bro. On a spiritual level, they'll think you tripping. And I think the true children of God are the ones with the light inside. I don't know if that can be deduced down to a skin color and all that now, but I think that's just universal to a certain group of people, and that may permeate through all cultures.
Hey,
To me,
go ahead, bro.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I was remembering a verse in the Bible that describes a group like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's them, but it's very close. It's a scripture in the Bible that kind of describes of people that came and infiltrated a group of people, and it said that they really want those people. They was like the synagogue of Satan or something like that. And it kind of describes them folks because the Satan part is coming out of them right now to me. You know what I'm saying? All this evil shit they doing and all that shit, that part is being revealed right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at the ones that call themselves Jews but are not. That's the verse, what it says or something. I forget the verse though.
Yeah, you right. And they the synagogue of Satan.
Yep.
What they call them.
And that verse describes that scenario right there to me.
Yeah, you spot.
But go ahead, bro.
Agreed 1000%.
But I'm gonna be honest, man. When folks be like, man, these illegal immigrants are coming in by the boatload, man. Look at all these immigrants, black people. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I want to know to the chat. Am I tripping? Call it in, chat room. Join the call. Is the brother got a legitimate scare, or is it kind of an exaggeration?
I think he's just hyper focused on the wrong thing, or not even the wrong thing, but I don't know, his energy, like that energy could be so useful on other angles than that. I don't know. I'm not saying that he's wrong or he's bad. It's just, it's weird how he's so hyper focused.
Ignorant ain't no bad word, Zoo. He just kind of like, it's a little ignorance. He need to learn a little bit more. Go into the depths of it. He's like on the surface of it. He hasn't been into the depths of it. And I agree with you on that. He got some fire about himself. Whatever
he's very intelligent, but he's just, I don't know. He's so
energy misdirected. Yeah.
Fact.
That's what, yeah. It's like, because we're on a sinking ship called America, and the people we're allowing to sink the ship have infiltrated the seat of power, and they're a foreign entity. And they got us arguing at the back of the ship about jobs and illegal immigrants when the ship's sinking, bro. The ship's sinking, bro. And when it sink, guess what? Think about this, where I say we so crazy as Americans, right? We got a country called Israel sharing government over here with us. And we can't equally have our politicians go to Israel over there and dictate what they do. But we can have Israelis in our military and all our agencies co-running this shit with us. You see, the whole thing, people ought to see something, because check this out. That's an infiltration, bro, and on a high level, because check this out. When you got a country doing that, that country gonna use this new country that's allowing it to do what it want with it to enrich itself at the expense of the people in that country. It's a conflict of interest. If Israel got more power in America than the puppets up there who took the check from them, then don't y'all see everything going on in America is to benefit Israel, while Israel is seeding us propaganda to look the other way and focus and misdirect the energy? You can't tell me you're worried about an Italian mayor in New Orleans, but you ain't worried about a whole country in the White House. That's deciding the fate if America go to war with a superpower or not. You don't care about that. Let's just go back and talk about these immigrants. Like, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's just, he's on this level. He just can't, he's not able to go up yet.
You know, and ain't nobody saying you can't focus on that either. It's like prioritize, because me personally, and then when you boil it down, we can't do nothing to get the immigrants out or to let them come in, because black people, all you can do is get on the phone and call them up every day and make a complaint. Like what that brother doing.
No, I'm gonna call them, and I need my roof done, man. I know y'all can do it in one day. Come on over.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, niggas can be starting businesses and they trying to compete with these folks. That is crazy, dude, because in the South, we see these immigrants coming like, okay, we about to boss up, nigga, cheap labor. These niggas be like, man, I'm competing with the doggone, what?
No,
we
man.
thinking bigger.
Man, them folks can fix some shit, man, I'm telling you.
We think, and that's the first thing they say. Well, why you want the immigrants out? They taking our jobs. You can't say that they creating crime in our communities or selling drugs to our people. You can't do that, because when I brought that up, he said he don't call the police on them people.
You can't get mad at that, man. They not selling drugs on the street and all that shit, man. They trying to work. How can you get mad at that?
And he ain't mad at the niggas on the corner getting the block shot up all day. Let's just call. But listen, I care about the community. That's where I ain't gonna let you play with me at, because I can say thank you, my brother, for what you doing with these illegal immigrants, but don't lie to me now. Don't tell me you care about the community, because if you cared, you would have that same smoke for everybody, all threats to your people, foreign and domestic. Right or wrong, call it in, chat room. I'm dropping the link. Oh, I can commend you for what you're doing, but you ain't gonna get no kudos lying to me while you're doing it. You doing it because you don't like them folks. You ain't gonna say, well, I care about you, Sanchez, but you don't care that this block getting shot up every day. Get out of here, man. But I don't want to be labeled a snitch. Well, if you cared, you wouldn't care the consequences of when you defend your people. That's why niggas join the military. They know they can die for doing it, but they thinking they defending their people. Yeah, Sister Black Flower, you can unmute at any time, sister. We waiting to hear from you. Salute. Sure.
Yeah, I'd be more concerned about them motherfuckers be coming over here and running from they shit and come over here trying to tell us how we supposed to do it over here. Them the motherfuckers I'm concerned with. The motherfuckers with voices. Them, you know what I'm saying?
And guess what? ICE ain't getting them out. ICE just getting out the workers. They ain't getting, but they be like, man, these folks undermining us. The white man ain't getting out none of them puppets that he paid to undermine us. He is sporting the other ones.
Facts.
Peace to the panel. Peace, Brother Sanchez. I want to start by saying thank you for your service, for your military service. The reason why America is a superpower is because of our military forces and the way we show up in that way. So this is what everybody is over here fighting for. Secondly, being a young man and being able to make that decision for yourself to get out of the hood so you can better yourself has benefited the community, like you said, in more ways than one. Just the Black man, you know, being on his shit. Mulatto, he sound like a politician. Like he may be, you know, preparing himself to run for office, and that's probably what he's hiding behind. He don't want us to see his face, you know, because then we'll be able to point him out when we see him out there in the races. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I did have something else to say. When I think of it, I'll chop back in. But yeah, that's it.
I want to
Love
say
and light to the
salutes.
panel.
Yeah, love and likes to you as always for the good energy. Good interjection. Whenever it come to your mind, just unmute. You can come right back in. Salutes to the sister, man. I got
I
another.
wonder
Yeah, go ahead.
what you thought about the immigrations in ICE though.
Say that now. Say it again.
I did want to ask her what did she think about the deportations and the immigrations and ICE and about immigration.
Well, like you said, everybody got a job to do. And for a person to come into a country illegally and build a family and establish themselves is irresponsible on that person's behalf. No way in the world I'm going to go into another country illegally, overstay my welcome, have children, go to school, get a job, and then get upset when the country say, okay, you gotta go. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody got a job to do. I don't support ICE, but I don't knock them like they got it, like Sanchez. They got a job. They're not going out there to get immigrants and count immigrants. They going to get a paycheck and support their family. So whatever somebody do to support their family, I'm just happy I ain't got to be no ICE agent.
Yeah.
Because that is I mean, I can just imagine what them people go through. Maybe some of them out there doing it don't necessarily agree. Like when some of our military go to war, we may not agree, but we understand that we're fighting for a bigger cause, for an enemy that's bigger than us. So we got to come together. People have a job to do and nobody's going to agree. There's no nice way to kick nobody out your house. If I come home and your baby in my bathtub and y'all cooking and I didn't welcome you in my house, baby is getting thrown out the door butt ass naked and I'm not going to apologize for it. Like, what are you talking about? So
Yeah.
when it comes to that, that's just common sense. That's just common sense. And a lot of people don't really use that common sense. They want to fantasize on a world that we should live in and not sitting here and reflecting on the world that we actually live in and taking this information that Sanchez is giving us to teach us how to navigate the world that we live in, right? So that's really what I want to say. Big shout out to you because you're using symbolism and syncretism to decode a message that was hidden. And now I can see for very good reasons because people take this information and they use it for good. But I really see like this community taking this information and using the knowledge to help other people. Like, I mean, I am Ebony Hodge, AKA the ghetto shaman out of Long Beach, California. That's what I wanted to say too. Bro has spoke on my city. I'm born and raised in Long Beach, California. And a lot of the people are moving out of the city because they can't afford it here and they just don't want to be in the city. A lot of Black people are moving up, getting better jobs and better positions. So they're moving to Ladera Heights or even to these white, what we would consider white communities. And then the Latinos are flooding into Long Beach because we right near San Diego, we right near the border. So of course the cities that are close to these borders are going to be heavily saturated with immigrants that are coming from that region. That's common sense. We don't need statistics to figure all that out. But everybody is trying to live. And, we spoke about Tartaria, like how at one point it didn't have anything to do with race. We say don't focus on race, but then yet we focus so much on race where everybody is just trying to get where they can and do the best that they can with what they have. And I mean, a system that's telling me I can only catch 5 fish out the ocean, but it's a big ass ship out there selling fish to food for less by the boatload. And then to tell me something is right or wrong, like, come on now, people, we got to use our common sense. This is a simulation. We are the mouse. The cat is trying to get us, and we have to do what we have to do to avoid being captured or being overpowered. So use your brain to think. Just use your brain to think and really focus on what's going on around you, and then use that information to better yourself. And that's what I see this community doing. That's why I'm always here visiting the channel, donating and supporting Brother Sanchez, because that's really what I see him doing. The brother is trying to, I know you don't want to have no dick measuring contest, but I would say the work that you're doing is much more valuable for the community in a whole, because you are decoding the message. He's a puppet on the stage. So to be honest, bruh, Mulatto, you're part of the problem. Sanchez is part of the solution. So there's a big difference there. You just telling us the problem and feeding into the problem and baiting the problem and debating the problem, but you're not really doing anything to correct the problem. And if you think calling ICE on Latino families who are here, who built this country with us, because again, it had nothing to do with race. To me, a foundational Black American is a Tartarian. That says, I came here on my own will and built up this land and I'm part of it. And ain't no borders or nothing gonna stop me. I'm gonna move and navigate. And we just getting caught up, y'all, too much in like, well, I ain't gonna say
You
caught up.
see?
We're in the world instead of being of the world, or how you said, be of the world, in the world, but don't be of the world. And
Yeah.
we're too busy being of it, like all the rules and regulations. That shit don't apply to us. It applies to them. They need it, but that's my grandbaby. Yes, son.
And let me say this.
You sure can.
I want to say actually also shout out to Pan Mulatto, because me and him have been having some heated clashes, but today was a bit better. If the way that me and him ended, that was good energy. Like, we can actually have more bills like this, man. You know, he can grow his channel. We can make this regular. We ain't gotta agree. But I think we over the hump. But the thing that I think was proven too is like, people keep praising the Republicans for illegal immigration and deportations. When you look at the numbers, the Democrats deported more people than Republicans. When you tell them that, they don't stop sucking the right off. And I'm not trying to disrespect. I'm saying I believe an FBA is being infiltrated by some conservatives that really turning the group to like a on the low right movement under the guise of anti-immigration is why we're aligning with the right. When we don't gotta align with them, they still gonna get the immigrants out. And that ain't the tangibles. We said we wasn't doing that till we get tangibles. We wouldn't align. Then when you tell them, well, the Democrats got more illegal immigrants out, they just never say none of that, and they keep supporting the right. To see, because Trump getting these immigrants. Well, you see what I'm saying? It's weird. We just want to be on the right. Just say that. We want to be conservatives. We look good in red, you know.
I was
Mic check. Can you hear
That's
me?
how I looked at it. El Rod Dollar, we can hear you.
Yo, what up, Sanchez?
What's good?
Man,
Salute.
I feel two type of ways about it, right?
Uh-huh.
So when they were saying something about the immigrants coming to the hood, what do it matter if they come to the hood if don't nobody own nothing in the hood? If you own something in the hood, then they couldn't come take it over because you already own it. So we should be more focused on owning stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you come here, okay, we already own what we own, so we don't care if you come here.
Yeah, that's a damn good point.
Facts.
Because that's just big facts.
Okay, bro.
You know, and my other point was I do feel a way about them coming over here and not paying no taxes. Cause I go to work every day and they taking chunks of my money, but you get to come over here and reap all the benefits. Then they getting all type of $3,000 checks, EBT. Where my EBT at? Them the reparations right there. They just got them all.
Well, that's part of the system set up to invite them in, to get them in here. It's like, that's not an accident.
Yeah, but
There's
I'm
plenty
just
of poor families that could use that. I mean, everybody knows that. It's funny how they can seem to get all these benefits. Like in my area, their immigrant could come in, buy a little corner store, and they didn't pay taxes on that corner store for 7 years. Then they'd have a relative come over to the country, take over the business, and for 7 more years, they would not pay taxes.
Yup,
That
that's
went
the
on for a
problem.
long time.
That's the problem with that I feel with the whole immigrant thing. Like, cool, come over here. Just pay your fair share of taxes. Take their money too.
Yeah.
Why isn't
And
that system open to people that live in the community? Well, there's a
Yeah.
reason.
Cause I would
Well,
love to be tax exempt for 7 years. Maybe I'll have
yeah.
something.
hey,
You
let me
probably have
give
to
a
look it up and see if it's just for immigrants. Cause we probably can be eligible for that. You know what I'm saying?
You might
Is
be
it for
right, for real. I ain't gonna lie.
I wanna give a shout out to everyone that supported today's broadcast. Farmer John, appreciate the love. Goonho, appreciate the love. Sally, appreciate it, the love. All is mine, appreciate the love. Unfortunately, I gotta end this one, but I'm live again in the hour on Flat Power. So see y'all over there. If y'all, I'll be opening up another panel, and it's just basically an open stream, just like this one, but it's on that channel, so people may come on to debate flat versus globe Earth. But salutes to y'all, man. I'm about to go and get me something to eat, prepare for the next one. See y'all again. Much
Peace,
love.
bro.
Much
Salutes,
love for
bro.
y'all.
Salutes.
Yes,
Peace,
sir.
bro.
Big
Peace,
salute.
Sanchez.
peace.
Flat motherfucking power.
Flat Power. See y'all in a few. Some of y'all. Appreciate the love. See y'all over on Flat Power.